Wow. Can y'all hear me? Is this better? Is this better? Let me know if this is better, if y'all can hear. Yes? Okay. Cool. All right, sorry about that, family. Pretty much what I was saying was this is my first time coming back in so long, and I have a piece of lint on my shirt starting the program off as the start of the show. Trying to get that joint off. It's all good, man. Listen, I know it's been a while. A lot going on. I want to give you guys updated and everything so that you can know what's about to go down, what's been going on, and all that other fun stuff, man. Yeah, man, it's back. I don't even know what to say. It's been so long. So much I want to say. So many Fridays went by that I want to get online and just did not have the vigor to do so. We're back. How many of y'all saw me on Sonetta recently this week? He put a clip up on Wednesday, and then he put a clip up on earlier today. How many of y'all saw the Sonetta clip? Hit one if you saw the Sonetta clip. Hit one if you saw the Sonetta clip. Let me know. And I'm like, Divine, did Sonetta come to Atlanta? Nah, I was in New York. I was actually in New York taking care of a legal matter. The only people that really knew about it, I mean, I did mention it, I think when I did that Clubhouse session that I aired on here, the last one I did on the channel. And I had told everybody that I would be in New York earlier this week, as I got there this past Sunday and stayed until Wednesday. And then after that, the only people that really knew was our KHM chapter members, was the only people that really knew. Everybody else, I didn't make it public. I was going to do another get-together dinner, but I really didn't have a lot of time, and I'm going to explain to you why, so you know what's going on, right? Okay, as you can see right here, right? This side of me and my den area that I have here is where I work at. Okay, so I work remotely. I work for IT. Got multiple IT contracts that I'm working on at the same time. Not always at the same time slot, but at the same time, meaning I'm working them at the same time. One of them in particular is extremely taxing, and taxing so much so that I've been doing overtime, almost every day except for Thursdays, Fridays. I don't work on the Sabbath, and I've been picking up some work on Sunday. So it's a very inundating contract because it has a migration project, right? A point of sale migration project. I deal with the logic and the configurations and stuff on the back end. And this project is migrating over 1,000 sites. 1,000 sites, yeah, over 1,000 sites. So I'm responsible for a couple hundred of them. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work doing this configuration, working with this logic and engineering, all types of stuff. And it's been extremely taxing, and it's been eating into my personal time. Yes, there's overtime, but it's been eating into my personal time, and I don't like when anything invades my personal time, right? So I started this contract back in March, I think. The other contracts I had already ongoing, but I had a little bit more bandwidth to do some more work, so I picked up this contract. Now, this has actually been the thing that's kept me away from doing live streams since March. Now, the contract is not over until September. However, at this rate, I don't see myself after maybe another 2 weeks continuing on with this project because it is too taxing. And for me, family, ministry, and are the most important things in my life. And if I am not devoting more time to those things, then I am not fulfilling my destiny, right? I actually picked up this additional contract because I had a lot of expenses last year. And because you may think it's a blessing, because I've been moving up in the tax bracket every year consistently. I make so much money that I owe the IRS in the state a lot of money. I owe them a lot of money because I made a lot of money. And thank y'all for giving me the ability to be able to work and do the work that I do, especially from home. But the downside to that is that when you move up tax brackets, you pay Uncle Sam a lot of money. So what I was pretty much doing was getting this additional contract so that way I can catch up, pay that off, and then get back to liberty and freedom, right? Financially, and have to worry about paying the man. So that's where I've been at right now. That's been going on. As you guys know, I have a new addition to my family that came about in February. So that took some time to adjust and still takes some time here and there to adjust. But the main thing that has gotten me recently is this contract role. So good news is it's definitely not going to last that long at this rate. So I'll give it maybe another 2 weeks, starting Monday, 2 weeks from this upcoming Monday. So we talk about mid-July. I should be done with this because I'm just gonna wash my hands of it and devote myself back to ministry, like I've been doing. I've been doing a lot of offline ministry, but my online ministry and my presence has not been what it needed to be. So I just wanted to let you guys know what's going on. I'm okay. You know, I'm not terminally ill or something like that, or something traumatic happened to me or anything like that, or I just lost interest in ministry. It's funny because somebody had reached out to me and said, Divine, man, brother, I pray you haven't lost interest in ministry, because we really appreciate your work. And, there's a lot of stuff that you promised us and you ain't do it yet. You know what I'm saying? And when he said that, I really thought about it. I said, wow, you know what? Some days I do feel like checking out because it's a lot of work. Ministry is a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? Counseling people, in dire situations and trying to research and spend time in books and in lectures and at museums and in conferences, whether they're virtual or online, and then on social media like Clubhouse, where I'm pretty active on Clubhouse, and other social media, and just helping people, providing services, programs, products, and information. You know what I'm saying? Our motto is establishing cultural autonomy through research, education, and application in the Black community, right? That's primarily what this channel is about. And we don't neglect a lot of other brothers and sisters who are Israelites outside of those quote unquote called Black, but that's primarily why this channel was started, right? To actually go for the lost sheep within that niche fold, in the overall scheme of worldwide Israelites that do exist. So that is still my passion, right? I have, even though sometimes I feel like hanging it up, Yah never allows me to hang it up. And I'm grateful for that because I do enjoy this journey, and I do like taking these moments to kind of share these things with y'all, to give you some insight, so that way you know what's going on. So I know a lot of people, probably have been unsubscribed to this channel, and some people probably dropping off from the Patreon or unsigning up for membership and so forth. And I understand that. You know what I'm saying? There's no pressure for anybody to return. If you have other obligations and you feel that we as a ministry have not been providing what you've been looking for over the past maybe 5 months, I totally understand. I don't make any excuses for it. I just explain what's going on. Some people are able to understand. Some people are like, no. And that's okay. I'm saying that's okay. Nonetheless, I just appreciate y'all tuning in, and doing what I have to do. I'm not one to fleece the flock, right? And you have these leaders in our community who do not work, and they live off the people. They live off the fat of the sacrifice, right? I'm not like that. You know what I'm saying? And very interestingly, those of you who subscribe to the New Testament, Paul said he was a tent maker. Why? Because he didn't want to burden the ecclesia, right, for having to support him when he had able-bodied self to support his own self. And I respect that. And that's the same way that I am, right? And I probably will never stop working. Probably not as hard as this contract that I have, but I won't stop working, right? Because again, at the end of the day, even if there's no ministry, I still have to provide for my family. And I'm not about to be one of these guys out here scamming, hustling the people, charging them for services that they can get for free, information that they withholding them just to give them to pay for access to free information. No, that's not me. I ain't gonna do that. I believe every able-bodied man, despite whatever other endeavors that you have to do, should work with your own two hands. Fortunately for me, when I work, it's like this. And like this with the mouse. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, it's a means of revenue, to provide sustenance for your family and for yourself and so forth. But yeah, this contract has been very stressful. It's been very overwhelming, and it's taken me away from y'all. Okay. And I don't like that. Right. I appreciate those who appreciate me. Right. Not saying the job doesn't appreciate my work, because I do a lot of good work for them. But at the end of the day, they could care less about me. And if they were to drop me tomorrow, they could care less. I know every time I come here, I have a home. Every time y'all come here, you have a home. So I must continue to keep this channel open, continue to provide content, continue to edify, educate, equip, empower, and got the other E. Everyone, so that way we can contribute to one another. Okay, this is not a one-man journey, a one-woman journey. This is a collective journey that we're all going together. Unfortunately, somebody like me who has pioneered in some areas has gotten a lot of kickback, bruises, bumps, and all of that along the way. Death threats, and all of that. You know what I'm saying? But we're still here. By Yah's grace, we're still here. And I just wanted to pour out to y'all. So it's a lot of stuff that I need to take care of personally with people that I've spoken to. So if y'all haven't heard from me, it's not that I'm ignoring you or I'm overlooking you or anything like that. Just bear with me the next week or two, right? Let me get through this contract and get enough money stored up to take care of this Uncle Sam debt. And I'll be back to y'all like I never left. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of content that I have lined up that I need to release. I haven't done it yet, but I just want to make sure I'm in a good position to sustain it once I put it out there. So all praise to the Most High. Okay, all praise to the Most High, and thank y'all for your support. And again, if you're not following me on Clubhouse, sign up for Clubhouse, download Clubhouse, and follow me at DivineProspect. I was live on there as current as earlier today. I did 2 sessions earlier today, and it wasn't my room, but it was other rooms that I was pinged into. So I'll take some of that content and intersperse it on the channel in between live streams and other content I upload, just to keep something going. You know what I'm saying? So all right, that's enough about me. I just want y'all to know, give you an update on what's going on, life update. But we here. All right, we here. And when you do things by the book, man, you don't really have to worry about a lot of negative things. They're gonna come up. And a lot of y'all know that there's people in the community now that's a hot topic. A very serious situation going on. And I personally don't like to gossip because scripture speaks against gossip. But those of you who can read between the lines, y'all know what's going on, man. When you live in that fast life, which I had a lot of opportunities to live that fast life, but I would have to abandon my ministry to do that, my morals and obligations to Yah, and even diminish the amount of face time I have with my family. It's not for me. When I was younger, I've been there, done that. Been around celebrities, hustling, got money and all of that. So I'm not missing out on nothing. The only people that want to do that are people who never experienced that and are tempted by the lust of the eyes, the lust of the flesh, and the pride of life. At the end of the day, every fast car has to slow down. At some point, you're going to run out of gasoline. And if you don't run out of gasoline, you're going to get into a crash. And let this be a lesson to those of you out there. It's not worth it living in that fast lane. It's not. You know what I'm saying? Even though nothing's perfect on this end, the risk factor is much, much lower on this end. All right. Y'all son said, I saw you on the train in New York back in the day. Okay. Had somebody else when I was on to type it in the chat that they saw me in their 18-wheeler driving down the street, coming out of a store. It's like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I can't see everybody, but I'm out here. People can see me. Definitely out here. All right. So let's get back to it, family. So I'm trying to think. I don't even know. I just winged it today. I said, hey, let me push and let me get on. No matter how tired I am, how exhausted I am, I'm going to get on. Definitely going to get. So, normally I'm tired around this time because I do a lot during the day, but I've never been this exhausted where I can't even get on live. All right. To that, like maybe 1 or 2 Fridays I may not be, but a whole month, 2 months, that's not like Divine. Y'all know that. All right. So let me just go do a check-in, man. Check-in. Oh, and I'll be back in New York around July 21st. I do have a legal matter, a civil court situation to take care of when I get back to New York. So I will be there back on January 21st. So anybody that's out there in New York, and this time when I go through, we're going to have a dinner. Those of you who remember our chapter launch in New York, we had a $1,200 bill that I paid for. Everybody ate that day. And it was 2 people that was there that wasn't even part of KHM. They just wanted something to eat. Maybe they was hungry or something like that. I don't judge nobody. But nonetheless, we're going to have another get-together dinner when I'm back in New York around the 21st, which is about 3 weeks from now. So mark that on your calendars. If you're in New York City, I'll put some information and stuff up about the location and stuff very soon. And then after we move past this contract, I might get a replacement contract, but it'll definitely not be as demanding as this one. Because there are still some trips I have to make abroad across the states. Some lectures we got to do, some events we got to do. Just so you know, also out here in Atlanta on July 30th, there's going to be a get-together with hundreds of Hebrew Israelites, and not just Israelite men, but friends and family and wives and children and all of that. Yes. Shout out to my brother Monologue. He's the one that's actually helping to spearhead this event. Let me see if I can show y'all the flyer. Let me see. And I saw him the weekend of my born day, because shout out to the brother JC, man. A lot has been going on, man. I ain't even posted pictures up, anything like that. But JC, if y'all don't know, and shout out to Sister Jacolia's Gems too, because she was there at the event as well. My brother JC, who is a battle rapper. Those of you who know about battle rap or watch battle rap know JC. He's from Pontiac, Michigan. And he's a battle rapper. Me and him linked up, I think back in 2019, I think, because he's on the first and the second KHM, the Truth Works mixtapes. And he told me anytime he come his way, let him know. Anytime he come my way, he'll let me know. So he told me that he was coming to Atlanta on June 9th, I think it was. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. He said, yo, I'm gonna hit you up when I get into town. I didn't even know why he was coming into town. And then I I looked on my YouTube channel, and I got like an update for a URL battle event. And I was like, wait, JC coming to Atlanta and there's a battle event? I checked to see if he was on a card. He wasn't on a card. So I was like, hey, he's not on the card. He must be coming in to kind of, show love or whatever the case may be. And Sister Jacolia's Gem also was going there because she knew, she had a communication and contact with Rum Nitty and a couple of battle rappers. So, and Monologue was there too because he knows several battle rappers as well, and something that he's into. So that's crazy that all of us converged there. And JC, when he came out here, he called me and said, hey, bro, I'm gonna treat you for your Earth Day, man. I'm gonna, get you into this event, and you could go and enjoy it. I'm like, okay, it's fine with me. And that's why I was on the weekend of, I think that, when was that, June 9th? Sister T in there, she know. June 9th, let's see, when was that? That was Friday? Was it Friday? Oh no, it was Saturday. Going close towards sunset. And I didn't have to pay for nothing because I don't pay for anything on the Sabbath. But then after hours was open game. I think it was the 10th, if I'm not mistaken. So that was pretty enjoyable, and I appreciate the brother, for coming through. Me and him chopped it up about the Most High and scriptures and all of that. So we had a pretty good build, man. And I got some footage while he was there telling people about the Most High and everything like that. That was good, man. That was good. It's good. It's good. All right, so just wanted to share that. But while I was there, brother Monologue, he's a brother. If you guys saw our Passover event last year, him and his crew were responsible for putting together that Passover clip that you see that we had. We had a great time at Passover. Unfortunately, wasn't able to repeat it this year, but next year we plan on doing it. And this fall, we're going to have a big get together for Tabernacle. So y'all stay tuned for those flyers coming out soon. Make sure y'all converge in Atlanta and come join us for Tabernacles. But I will be in a couple of cities between now and then. So make sure y'all keep watch. Why I keep putting this aside? Hold on. Let me pull up this flyer so that I can share it with y'all. And if you're in Atlanta, around the Atlanta area, or just looking to come to Atlanta for an event that's gonna have that's gonna be about friends and family. Friends and family. This is the event for you. All right, I found the flyer. Oh no, then this is another flyer. All right, so there's another event in Detroit, Michigan. It's called the Chosen Seed presents a 2023 annual Hebrew gathering. On Friday, 8/11, meet and greet, fish fry, games, karaoke. Saturday, 8/12, Shabbat service, evening concert. Sunday, August 13th, is Hebrew gathering, food and fellowship, in a pop-up shop. All right, this is Detroit, Michigan. I was invited to come out to this event, so I may be in Detroit. What's this? August 11th for that weekend. I might be in Detroit to come enjoy this event. We'll see what happens. If I do end up coming to Detroit during that weekend, I'll probably set up a lecture that I'll be doing in Detroit. So I don't know what y'all want me to lecture on. Y'all tell me what y'all want me to lecture on, but if you're in the Detroit area, please come out to this event, support these brothers right here and sisters out here in Detroit. And like I said, if I do come through, I'll be doing a lecture probably that Friday evening. I'll probably do a lecture. That Friday evening, I'll probably do a lecture. So let me know. Let me know what you want me to do. So all right, so that's that one. Now the other one, the last one, let me see if I can find that one. That's the one that's going to be out here. Pretty much what they're doing is they're renting out Ludacris's backyard, and they're going to have games and activities for kids, parents, adults, get together, food, fellowship. It's going to be, from what I was told, about 500-600 Hebrew Israelites out here converging in Atlanta for this event. That's what I was told, right? So let me see if I can find this flyer. If not, then I'll just post it on the community tab of the channel and go from there. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find Monologue's flyer. Let's see. This was back on June 10th. Yeah, I don't know why I don't see it. So yeah, I'll just post it up for y'all. On the community tab. So check out the community tab, it'll be there. Okay. All right, so let me go ahead and give some shout outs, man. I love y'all, man. I love y'all. About to bring a tear to my eye. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for being supportive, man. I tell y'all, man, we have the best supporters on the planet, man. Best supporters on the planet, man. I won't trade y'all for nothing, man. All right, and this channel has grown. We got almost 70,000 subscribers. 70,000 subscribers on this channel. 70,000. 30,000 more, and we're going to hit that YouTube plaque. If you think we're being shadow banned now, a lot of my new content is being shadow banned. That was something else that was like eating at me, like, man, should I even make an effort to put content out if nobody's going to be able to see it? Because YouTube is hating, man. It's crazy. That's why it's important for y'all to share the video. Like and share the video. So we can fight against that, man. I mean, I feel like leaving YouTube altogether and going to a totally different platform. I had to pull down 20 plus videos, you know what I'm saying? Because they threatened me with demonetization and then removing my channel. If I didn't remove videos, I had to remove over 20 videos from the channel. It's ridiculous, man. It's crazy. And they demonetized us and threatened to not ban, but threatened to suspend our channel. And I'm like, nah, I can't do that. And I looked to see what they want me to remove, and I just removed the videos. I'm like, I can't lose this audience, right? There's too many people eating and benefiting off of this. So I had to make a sacrifice and remove 20 videos. It's ridiculous, man. All right, anyway, let me go get some shout outs. Shout out to Booyak Asha. Shalom, Sister Beloved Ty. Thank you so much for the support on Sonetta TV, in the Sonetta TV chat when he was putting up my video and giving all of this wild, colorful, sensational commentary. Man, I love Sonetta, man. That's my brother for real. Like, I have a good relationship with the brother, but I stayed off that platform for a long time for a reason, man. Long time. It was very messy and it was not like the old Sonetta. And I told him in that new video that he didn't put the whole thing up, I told him to get back to his old self because it's getting too messy. And I don't want to associate myself with that. I mean, shout out to Sister Lisa Marie Anderson. Shalom, sis. Shalom to Sonia Wright. Shalom, Apothecary Custom. Shalom, Jacob Wake Up. Shalom, Israelite Defense. Shalom. I don't know why you're doing that face. It's all good. Shout out to Sister Karen. Shalom. I'm glad you enjoy. We here. Ni Lante. Shalom. Sir Araya Ari Yahawada. Shalom. Tony Yaya Shrala. Shalom. Malka Bat Yisrael, Shalom, David Ben Israel, Shalom, Conscious Cognition, Shalom, Yahweh Yisrael, Shalom, Canun Drake, Jeffrey, if I'm saying that right, Shalom, Bergen Parish, Shalom, Nicole Marie, Shalom, let's see, Lataurus Harris, Shalom, Ariel, Shalom, Mac Fair, Shalom, let's see who else. Who else is here? Freddie Jackson, Shalom, the Black Yoshi Game Channel. Oh, Yoshi, you here? Okay. Shout out to you, brother. I see you here. Maybe we'll have some time to fit you into the broadcast and have a dialogue. Just so you know, I'm half asleep at the moment. I'm sleepwalking right now, but it's all Gucci. Even on autopilot, we get it in. It's light. All praise to the Most High. Shout out to Raphael, Ice Shoe Cole. Thank you for handling the chat, Aki. Shout out to my brother Jordan's Cadet in the building. Coke. What's that? Coke Avod. Shalom. Let's see. Peace be still. Shalom. Who else? Yasun, Shalom. Jacolius Jen, Shalom, sis. My brother's Keeper 2X, Shalom. Get Wise, Shalom. Deanna Vaughn Jones. What's going on, sister? Aviyah, Shalom. Let's see. She's probably mad at me, man. This is what's been going on, man. This is what's been going on. Rodi Moose PM, Shalom. Sorry for butchering that. My brother Ya'alam Ben Israel, Shalom, miss y'all too. Let's see, Sister Jaslyn Berry in the building. Oh, the Dream Journal. Y'all go support my sister with her Dream Journal. I just had it here. Oh, here it is. Yes. All right, so this is the Dream Journal. What is it and why does it exist? Because a lot of us, we have a lot of dreams, and a lot of times they may have some pertinent clues or insight into our lives, and we may not have no medium to capture that data in. Well, instead of typing, we go to the old school handwriting, because studies show that when you write something, you're more inclined to remember it than when you type it. Y'all didn't know that. Gotta share that study with y'all. So the sister has designed this book so that you guys can keep all of your dreams in a handwritten format in a nice, tidy little medium called a book. I know this is going out of style and out of date. I know. But this is for y'all. Y'all need this. So what I'm going to do is at the end of this video, I'm going to drop the link in the chat for y'all. But the sister's there. So Jaslyn, please, if you don't mind, share the link to how they can purchase this. And let's support the sister. All right. Let's keep going. Who else we got in here? Let's see. Emmanuel Curry, shalom. Let's see. Sebastian, Joachim, shalom. Let's see. Who else I'm missing? Ben Yehuda, shalom. Lawrence Smith, shalom. The Most High, Child Shayarala, shalom. Kenny Love, shalom. Say you back on Sonetta. Man, it took some thinking. I told him when I came into town, I actually called him and say, yo, Sonetta, I'm in town. He's like, oh, you in town to body to get interviewed? I'm like, I got you. So I came in on Sunday. I called him on Monday. We were supposed to meet Tuesday. We didn't. So then we met Wednesday, right? Last minute. Not last minute, but like around maybe 4:30 in the afternoon to about 6:30. Was out in Harlem, and then from there I came back home. I had to get ready and everything to leave and so forth. But it was a pretty good bill. Unfortunately, as biased as Sonetta is, and as rigged and loaded his questions are, to get that gotcha moment, that's what he's looking for all the time, is to create a degree of sensation and conversation around his content. Now, for me, as somebody who appreciates the scholarly realm and aspect of things, his platform is just not the medium for that type of conversation. So it's always a combat, some kind of combat on that channel, which is good from time to time to be sharpened, but after a while it becomes tiring, exhausting, and a lot of people kind of wean away from, the antics on the channel. So I decided to give it a shot, so I can continue to put, KHM out in the spotlight on his platform again. It's been a couple of years, and also to help reset me to come back and do this with y'all. Right, so everything works out for the good. Shout out to Linda Ricks, shalom. Jedediah, my brother Jedediah, shalom. Hayward, Juniel, shalom. Big O 581, shalom. The Afronaut, shalom. Some people I've never seen before. Jeremy Harris, shalom. Let me see. Obadiah Israel, shalom. Yama'ad Ben Yaakov. DJ, shalom. Brandon Blackwell, shalom. Jariah Hamilton, shalom. Righteous Wind, shalom. Where y'all coming from? I didn't even advertise this Freestyle Friday. I'm happy you're here, but where y'all coming from? Tell me where y'all coming from. Somebody's sharing this. Where is this at? I see a whole bunch of people pile in already, and we even get cracking yet. That's what's up. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. Shout out to Gene in the building. Shalom. VW, shalom. Fred W, shalom. Shawel, Yisrael, shalom. Only 60 games played, shalom. Let's see. Yesha Moore, shalom. What's going on, my brother? Dudamis Mine, shalom. Are you still promoting Hebrew business? Yes, I just promoted the sister Jaslyn Berry and her dream journal. If you want your business promoted for free, on a platform that has thousands of viewers, we got you. Email us at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. We're all about allowing those amongst us to come on the come up. This is what I'm doing, like this. You remember that time, like back in the day, you're trying to scale a fence, you go like this. You put your foot. Get your foot. Okay. That's what I'm about. I love my people. Shout out to Derek Kimbo, shalom. Let me see. Who else is here? Naftali Ben Oye, shalom. And Wayne Williams, shalom. Okay, I think I got everybody. Bishop Marcial, shalom. Okay. Hey, Ernest Higgs, I see you, shalom. So family, yo, share the video on all social media platforms. Share the video, hit the thumbs up, hit subscribe. Probably a lot of y'all saying, whoa, Divine's still alive. Oh, let me see if he's dead, if he's sick, if he's injured, if he's broke, poor, put out in the street, or whatever. I know some of y'all looking for my misfortune. Sorry to disappoint you. I follow the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And through the prophet David, his son, he says, I never seen the righteous forsaken or his seed begging bread. Great scripture in Proverbs says, two things that I ask you, two things don't deny me. Give me bread that suffice for me. I have a quote that says, live a life that is sufficient for you, and you'll never be afraid to accept whatever comes your way. People are not living a life that's sufficient for them. They're not seeking bread that is sufficient for them. They're not looking for a walk that's sufficient for them. And that's why they're in the conditions that they're in today and looking for everybody else to blame. Okay. All right. Righteous Wins. Listen to you early on Clubhouse, Aki. Got on YouTube and you're live. I miss hearing your voice. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate it. I miss chatting with y'all, so I'm here. So yes, we turned up on Facebook earlier. Wow. On Clubhouse earlier. I think I did 3 sessions today, man. I put a lot of time on Clubhouse today. I think I put in over 3.5 hours on Clubhouse today, man. Put a lot of time in on Clubhouse today. So it's nice to see some of y'all spilling out over here on YouTube. Awesome. Shout out to Thinking with Young Morpheus. Shalom. Not all. What's that? Shalom King. Not all new. Some of us just listen and learn. That is true, brother. You are absolutely right on that. You are absolutely right. Shout out to Jace Fierstein in the building. What's going on? KHM in the building. What's going on? All right, Derek Kim, I see. All right, so y'all give me 1 second. Rodney Frederick in the building. I see you, King T Matt Visions. I see you. What's going on? Listen, I'm not missing nobody. I ain't missing y'all. Give me 1 second. While y'all pile on in, let me go grab something to drink, and I'll be right back, family. Okay, we are back. Oh, we just dropped 10 viewers. They probably thought I was getting offline or something. It's my Arden's Garden. Put it right here. Nutri Boost fruit smoothie super greens. All right. Okay. All right. So we in the building. So first and foremost, the Black Yoshi channel. Are you there? I want to see if he's here. Okay. We okay with the smoke. All right. I want to see if he's here first. And then we are going to dive into Q&A. Let me give him an opportunity first. Okay. He has something to say about the power of the Bible. So I just want to give him that opportunity. He said he was down to have a dialogue. Shout out to Tyrell John in the building. I see you, my brother, Black Karib. Shalom, trust in Yah. Shalom. We litty tonight, man. And it's late. It's after midnight. Y'all litty. Probably because a lot of y'all are all going to be off from work on Monday. Oh, Tuesday. Is that Tuesday? Tuesday is the 4th, right? I'm going to be working on a day. I don't care nothing about these national holidays. I just work on them just as a form of sticking it to the man. Pause. Right. Shout out to Judah Burlock in the building. I see you. Yes, it's been around, my brother. Water Blue Ezekiel Shalom. Wow, a lot of y'all are all out tonight. I like that. Yo, the Black Yoshi channel. Where you at, bruh? Where you at? Sister Jaslyn, please drop your link again if you put it up here so I can share it on the screen. Jedediah says, can you go put your videos over on Odyssey? Odyssey. What is Odyssey? Sure, I definitely can. If you tell me what Odyssey is. Hebrew Connect TV, yes, it is. It is free, you're right. So I have some content over there, but that was years ago. I don't even know what it is anymore. But you're right. So email me, y'all, if you don't mind, email me all these alternative platforms, wherever y'all think I should go and put my content at, just let me know. All right, just let me know. And I'm gonna tell y'all this also. Please, those of you who are able to download all of my videos, download all of my videos. Okay, all of them, because it's gonna come a time they're gonna shut this channel down. It's the time is come. I don't know when it is. It may be 6 months from now, a year, 2 years, 5 years. But at some point, as we're gaining traction on the road to that 100K, once we hit that 100K, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. I already know what comes along with that. So please download my videos, all of my videos, all of them. Download all of my videos, please, family. Download everything. Whatever has blessed you, empowered you, entertained you, equipped you, educated you, uplifted you. Download everything. Download it. Okay. Put it out there wherever it needs to go. All right. Share it out there. All right. Because anything is bound to happen. I don't trust anything the way things are going right now. All right. All right. So where is Yoshi? Where's the black Yoshi? Shout out to Trust in Yah. Shalom. Where's Yoshi? Where's this guy at? Shout out to Gary Jones. You said Rumble. All right, cool. Please email me, Kingdom Harbinger Ministries at gmail.com. Email it to me. All right, email it to me. Yo, the Black Yoshi, where are you at? And I would love to know where that name came from. I used to play that game way back in the day. Yoshi's Island. All right, there he is. There he is. Now, before I bring you on and we have this lively discussion, there was a question in the chat. All right, family, make sure you share the video. Share the video, thumbs up. Share the video, thumbs up to stick it to the YouTube algorithm. Share the video and hit the thumbs up. All right. So before we have a dialogue, let me go see the question. I think it's here. Here it is. All right. Derek Kimball says, do you subscribe to life after death? Yes, I do. Like, will there be life elsewhere after our life of earth? I can't tell you for 100% certainty because I have not experienced that, but I have a high probability that there is life after we pass. And that is not just exhuming it from the text or scripture, but looking at the entire corpus of the ancient Near Eastern literature and getting a consensus. And that is mostly all ancient peoples believe that there was a life after death, so much so that some of them have communicated with the dead, right, to confirm this life after death, right? And you know that's the consensus. So yes. Now your question is also, are there any good books on this subject that you recommend? Yes, I do. I'm gonna pull one of many of them out. Let me get it for you real quick. All right, and I'll drop the link in the chat. So let me get the first one. Okay, this one is, let me drop this one in there for you. Copy link, and let me drop it here. All right, this one here is called, yeah, click on that link right there. Click on the link right there. All right, that one there is called Resurrection, Hell, and the Afterlife of Body and Soul. Okay. Body and Soul in Antiquity, Judaism, and Early Christianity by Mark T. Finney. All right. The other one is, I'm about to drop right now, is called Dust or Dew, Immortality in the Ancient Near East and in Psalm 49. Okay, that's another one right there. Let me drop that. Hey, Israelite Defense, brother, were you here at the beginning of the video, of the live stream? I explained what was going on. So please don't take that personal. Okay. Yes, I'll put my email in the chat. Now, that's the ministry email. I have an email too, and I don't promote it a lot, but I'll put it on here for y'all just in case. This is my email. Right, that's mine. All right. Yama'ad Ben Yaakov says, is wearing wedding rings against Torah? I don't see any prohibition in Torah that you cannot wear a wedding ring. I don't see that. That definitely was not Israelite culture, but there's nothing prohibiting it. So no, nothing prohibits that. So if you decide you want to do it, then I don't see anything wrong with it. All I'm saying is that that's a custom that comes thousands of years later in history, and the Israelites simply were not doing that. That's all. Okay. 70 AD says, why do Israelites fight over beards, fringes, baptism, balding your head, saying the right name? Because people argue and debate over stuff. Israelites are people, and that's how people are, especially in this society. It encourages that type of stuff. So that's why. I can't really even give you even more definitive answer than that, but we're tribal people, and that's why we have our own cliques, and that's why we disagree on various things with one another. So I don't really know if I can answer any more than that. Yeah, you're right. You didn't get no alert. Half the people in here didn't get an alert. I don't even know how they showed up here. I have no clue. Beloved Ty, yes, sis, you are absolutely right. Hey, babe, you there? Yeah. I'm gonna put you on the spot right now. Come here real quick. Oh, you ain't gotta show your face. Oh. Here's your bracelet at? She lucky I love her, man. I'm gonna wait for her to come back to show you. But yes, that is true. I'm gonna show you something. So back here, let me go ahead and grab it real quick. All right, hold on real quick. All right. Well, first thing is this, right? Maisha got this for me. This is my Igbo elder hat. So I had the black one up there, as you can see. That's going to be retired for now. So I got to start wearing this. All right, I'm an old man now. All right. So this staff, this is which you got me right here. This staff right here. Well, yeah, it's up there. Yeah. So on our ceremony, we exchanged gifts. That is scriptural for the most part. So she gave me this staff right here for the man. And then I got her this bracelet right here. You can see this bracelet, right? Because these are things that in those times that they did give. So yes, to answer your question, they did exchange those things. They did not have a gold ring on their finger because that comes from European culture. So the people in the Iron Age would not have been exchanging wedding rings that we see today. Yes. So to answer your question, yes. That's all. Okay. Thank you. All right. Maurice Crum says, do you have any lectures on true Jews? Yes, I do. I have several of them actually. And I have another one coming up before the end of this year as well. That's going to have more information than what I've shared in the past. But yeah, you can just type that in with my name and you'll see a couple things come up. Right. Jimmy Marshall says, I always check for the live just in case. You are a dedicated man. And I appreciate you. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing that. Thank you so much for joining us, Cadet. Thank you, my brother. Yo, you be having me crack up all the time, man. But you said something serious this time, so that's cool, man. All right. Can you go in on some marriage customs? I sure can, but this will not be the live stream for that. If that's something that y'all want me to do a teaching on, just hit 1, and I can touch on that. Babe, send me that video real quick. Okay. The one that Tasha did, the last one. Yeah. I'm gonna show y'all something real quick, just for y'all, because it's been a while since I've been on here. So I'm gonna give you a token of my love, giving you some personal insight into my life. Okay. So, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you can send it that way. All right, hold on 1 second. Yo, did y'all like that little spontaneous debate I did with the conservative rabbi? Let me know. And that other session I put on here with SJ and his Christian apologist crew. That was bad. A lot of y'all wanted me to go in on that, and I will, definitely will. But I did speak with Yoshi, and I did want him to have an opportunity to chat. Beloved Ty, yes, I do. What's going on? I don't know what you're talking about. Wayne Williams said, what is the juice? All right, I showed it earlier, but this is Arden's Garden NutriBoost fruit smoothie super green blend. This has apple juice, banana, spirulina, blue green algae, chlorella, barley grass, and Norwegian dulce. That's what we have up in here. Extremely delicious, extremely healthy, etc. All right. The Black Yoshi Game Channel says, can you please give me another hour? Wow. Okay. I drive a bus for a living and I have one more hour before I'm off, but I'm here. I understand. Okay, so I cannot promise you I can give you another hour. We already an hour in already. If I do another hour, that's 2 hours, and if I give you an hour, that's 3 hours. Y'all let me know if y'all okay with that. I mean, let me know. Let me know. I may have to give you 15 to 30 minutes. I can't give you a whole hour. It's going to be kind of late. I really only wanted to do 2.5 hours tonight. The most 2 hours is my goal every time. Not sure. Were you able to send it?
I sent you the link, but I'm gonna send it to you in your
email.
Yes, because it's too.
Can you email it?
Really big.
Can you email the link?
I can email the link. I did.
You did? Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Just now you emailed the link. Where'd you email it to? My personal email?
No.
I don't see it here.
Let's see. I want to copy the link.
Yeah, women love when you do stuff like this, when you show off this type of stuff. Why are you laughing? It's true. If I have any guidance,
all right.
Any guidance on how to get realigned would be appreciated. Y4, email me and let's set up a call. Email me and let's set up a call. Okay.
Check your email.
All right, I got you. Thank you. Email me and set up a call, and I'll see what I can do to help you. Okay. A lot of us feel like that. A lot of us do. Matter of fact, I have a whole playlist. Matter of fact, let me find the playlist of encouragement for those type of things. And I created it specifically for when we get into those moments. Even myself, I go back and look at it, and I'm like, wow, this was very enlightening. All right. Here we go. And I have the message I did during COVID called Hope Lives. So let me go ahead and share. I'm gonna share this playlist link with y'all. And anytime you feel like you're in a small place like that, here you go. All right, so that's for you, my brother. And again, like this is a beloved Ty says, thank you for your honesty. We truly appreciate that. So let me go ahead and show you this quick clip real quick. And then Jariah Hamilton. Yes, we sure can chat. I'm gonna give Yoshi a little bit of time. So we got to kill some time until then. DJ says, tell me why Yeshua told Mary not to touch him because he had not sent to his father. But then soon after he allowed Thomas to touch his wounds, my mom asked me, but I don't know. So women never handled the dead. Say it again. Women never handled the dead. Right? And when I say handle the dead, now they assisted with putting spices and stuff like that after the corpse has been wrapped, and that there's a barrier between the dead person or the corpse and the outside world. So we see that in scripture, right? But women never handled the dead. So that's why. Number one. Number two, he said that he had not yet ascended, and the only reason why he allowed Thomas to touch him was simply because it was a matter of faith. Matter of faith. He allowed him to touch him so that he would be convinced, so he would be empowered to go and do what he did. Matter of fact, in John chapter 21, he lives with the disciples for almost 40 whole days. You see that? There's a whole incident in John 21. He lives with them for 40 whole days afterwards. So did anybody else handle or touch him since then? Possibly. I don't know. But what we have in an account, that's the best means to explain it. Okay. And also, he didn't want anything to be out of, I guess, maybe out of place for touching him. He wanted to be perfectly intact when he presented himself to Thomas and allowed Thomas to do that. But again, that was a very unique situation. The text doesn't really give us a lot of feedback on it, but knowing Israelite culture, women did not touch the dead. Right. So, all right. Yes, that's true. That is true, sis. Yo, sister, beloved Ty, you coming out strong. You used to be heavy in this stuff. I know you took a hiatus and all that. You back. It looks like you back, sis. That's awesome. That is awesome. That is awesome. All right, brother Shawel. I'll take a look at that, my brother. Sister Halima in the building. That sister right there. She be holding me down. We'd be in the Clubhouse streets. We'd be going in on all these dissenters, man. All right. No, I did not read that. If somebody wants to gift that to me, in the description below is our P.O. box. So please send it there and I will definitely take a look at that. All right. Okay. Well, Rodney, hold on. Thank you for sharing that, sister. Jacoli's Gems says, you mean 3 hours and 49 minutes? Now I only talked with that man for 1 hour. Everything else was Mordecai and Leib, and those other side conversations. I was talking about the first hour. But yes, it was a spontaneous debate. It was not planned. Trust me, it was not planned. Yes, I see that. I'm so proud of you. Very proud of you. Very, very proud of you. That's somebody I've known since 2014 in this truth. So it's been a long time. We're talking about 10 years. Long time. How's the kids? Your children doing good? Let me know. I'll make sure everything's okay. All right. Jordan, why are you saying that? Because I'm spunky and I'm up right now. Listen, this is just what it is when I'm around family, man. You know what I'm saying? I muster up that second win and we get it in. All right. All right. So let me go ahead and let me play this video for y'all. Let me download it real quick. Wow, this is a big file. Oh man. All right. I'm gonna download that for y'all. Have y'all take a look at that. Let me get back over here while that's downloading. All right. So let me see. Do you have any sources on slaves in the transatlantic slave trade fulfilling Deuteronomy 28:68? You shall sell yourselves during or after slavery. Well, it says it shouldn't be you shall sell yourselves because it's in the Hipayo reflective tense, verbal tense. It should be, and you shall offer yourselves for sale to your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and there would be no buyer. That word buyer there is very interesting. It's a it's what we call a participle, kone, and it's very interesting how it's translated, to see how it's translated. But do you have any sources on slaves fulfilling? Now, when you say fulfilling, you mean that they're actually coming off the ships and say, hey, buy me, I'm $100. No, there you will offer yourselves for sale and no one will buy you. Right. So if you want to see my take on that, what I will do, it's interesting you're asking about that. So let me go get a link for you, because I've spoken about this in depth on a particular lecture. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see this. Let me see if I can find it. Oh yes, I found it. All right, here you go. All right. Look at that, man. Look at that. All right, let me show it to y'all so you can see the screen. It's actually right on the screen with it too. All right, so check it out. Again, those of you who just joined in, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, hit the thumbs up, share the video. All right, take a look at this. Let me share this with y'all. Let me show this to y'all real quick. All right, you see this? Look, you see that? The curse of unemployment in captivity. You will offer yourselves for sale. Here I parse it out, right, for y'all in this video, and I explain and give my perspective on that. So if you're interested, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link in the chat. Here it is, and you can go ahead and check it out. All right. Oh, okay. Beloved Ty, what translation did he have, by the way? Drop that in there. Yes, it is the juice. Definitely is the juice. All right. So let me see if this thing is downloaded. Let me see. All right. It is downloaded. All right. Okay. I'm gonna share something very personal with y'all. Okay. Let me share something very personal with y'all. All right. Y'all keep it here on this channel. Okay. Let me share it with y'all. How do I do this again? Oh, right here. Oh, you know what? I could have just did this. All right, let me just do that then. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear it. Can y'all hear it? Can y'all hear it? Let me know if y'all can hear it. Hit 1 if y'all can hear it. Can y'all hear it? Yeah. Is there sound? Yeah. Somebody's saying there's no sound. Okay, let me play it. All right, I'll just play it. Hit 1 if you can hear it. Hit 2 if you can't hear it. 1 if you can hear it. 2 if you can't hear it.
Otegon chobalo nwa de mangano. Idonte, I've been searching for you. Otegon chobalo asade moyoko. Idonte, I've been searching for you.
Make sure you guys turn it up.
Fortunately you, wefunu watadema. I want that baby na sweet papa. Baby, get it something, no nekene no mwata mwelu something, no hachalugo mwani, mwabu gebo ibo. Wata makata malele, yeah. Makata malele. I say wata makata malele, yeah. Wala no. Wata makata manana, oh makata manana, I say wata makata malele, wata makata manana. Otegon Chobalo, Mwade Mangano. It don't take, I've been searching for you. Charlie, Otegon Chobalo, Asadimo Yoko. It don't take, I've been searching for you. Fortunately, yo, if you know what I demand, I want that baby, na sweet papa. Baby, get it something, no can no what I'm well something. Achalugo one, one get boy. What a makata malele, makata makata, I say what a makata malele, makata makata.
Father, we thank you once again for bringing us together to witness the marriage between these two. Father, we ask that you continue to be with us throughout the ceremony, that it may be pleasing and acceptable in your sight. This we pray. Salah and Amen.
Sheree, love you. And according to Torah law, I provided you with a ring as a dowry and as well as an additional sum of gifts, so I can solidify my obligation to continue to provide for you. Are you accept? Here we have 4 elements. And each one of these elements represents a particular phase that will occur in our marriage. And it's very fascinating when you see what these things are. First item is the sweet. This is represented by blueberries. Yeah, I want all the sweetness out of this relationship. The next element is hot. We chose some raw ginger. You first. Woo. Wow. Whew. Next part is the sour. But just because there's a storm, you never forget that the sunshine is right after. It's represented by lemon juice, lime juice. What's up? Woo! All right. Oh, man. The next thing up is the bitter times. Yeah, I know, right? We have it here represented by raw distilled vinegar. And as the man, I'm definitely going to take the majority of all these things. Take that responsibility. Woo!
Friends and family. Hold on, I didn't get to that part yet. I didn't get to that part. They kind of are breaking protocol here. By the authority of invested in me, through the Almighty, the Most High, in the state of Georgia, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Now you may kiss. What Almighty has joined together, let no man separate.
Everyone, be blessed, be encouraged. I thank God for the man that you are today. I know you're going to be the priest of your household. I know you're going to take care of your family and your kids because that's who you are. Continue to enjoy each other and be blessed. Amen.
Toya, I'm so proud of you. I'm glad that you found your soulmate, and I wish both of you a beautiful ever rest of your lives together.
I'm so blessed, honored to be here, and just thank you for being wonderful friends, and many wishes to a long and happy marriage.
I guess we can, if you have a drink in your hand, we're going to raise it up real quick. So we're going to toast the a lifelong prosperous marriage for the couple, and just God bless y'all, and thank you for the beautiful experience.
Anybody will won't fight you, let them come, they already know. I'll be right beside you, like the wall of Jericho. They don't know, they don't know, they don't know what's going on. Monagiso, 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 my baby boo. I'll be a soldier for you, I'm getting better in Kung Fu. You should know I got it, and you don't need to guide me too. I'll be right beside you in anything that you do. If you ever need saving, I will be running to you, running, running, running to you. I'll be running to you, running, running, running to you. Anywhere that you go to, running, running, running to you. I'll be running to you, running, running, running to you. Anywhere that you go to. If they wanna be the Judas, if they wanna be the Pharaoh, me I cannot lay low, yo. Me I cannot do that.
All right. Let me stop before I cry. I gotta be a man. Oh man. Okay. Cool. So why did I share that? You know what happened?
No.
Okay.
But wanted to address one of the comments
What?
about jumping the broom.
Oh no, we didn't do that.
Yeah, because
That's
slave
yeah.
culture. Yeah.
We wanted more ancestral customs that go back before slavery, so we didn't do jumping the broom or nothing like that. Okay, cool. Glad you like that. I never shared this publicly before. Typically, I don't like to put a lot of my personal business on it as a public figure because a lot of people are nosy and a lot of people try to do nefarious things and so forth. But I shared it with y'all simply because there was questions coming up in regards to Israelite customs and marriage and so forth. So several of them you may have seen in this video, snapshots of it in this video. And what I will do at some time in the future is break down what each one of those things are. Some of you may have been able to pull some of it out and see it. Some of you may not have. Some of them were not even on the camera. But I'll explain that and break it down for y'all so you can understand the core aspect of what those customs should look like. Being faithful to our ancestral roots, all right, which is Israelites by way of the continent of Africa. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed that, Linus. Thank you so much, sis. All praise to the Most High. I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. Thank you. I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. It took some time to get to that point, but we did it. And it was really good. Of course, everything could be improved, everything could be better, right? But there's a lot that went into this. Y'all saw all the highlights. There's a lot that went down in this, but in a good way, right? And we didn't really always get the best videography. There was some problems and issues, a lot of stuff that kind of went on behind the scenes, but I'm glad y'all didn't see any of that in the highlights and y'all enjoyed it. The most important thing is letting my life be an example as best as it can be, as long as y'all shining through me for y'all, and to be able to use my life to solve problems, answer questions, and so forth through my personal experience, so that others will have some way to some wayfinder, right, in the direction in which they should go when they want to do and attempt things. So I sacrifice for y'all, love y'all. No, it wasn't Hakodesh. Nope. That was the actual ceremony right there. That was the actual ceremony. All right. Okay. Yes. So that is in Yoruba culture. You'll see that. The eating the herbs, drinking the vinegar and all of that. You'll see that in Yoruba culture. Yeah, the 4 elements. Yep. And you'll also see it in other West Central African cultures, such as in Cameroon and other places as well. So that's what that is. We had the letter of intent there. We had the exchanging of gifts there. We had, finding the groom, with, what was that? Palm wine. I said pine wine, palm wine. So there's a lot of different elements that we had interspersed in there, with some Israelite cultural elements and West Central African elements as well, because our people, that's where they're from, being Israelite, also by means of West Africa. So we wanted to make sure that we honored our ancestors with those customs that we did there. And there's so many more that we wanted to do, but we had to cut them down because we was living in the time. But if anybody's interested in regards to doing a wedding ceremony similar to that, we do consultations. So just email us at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. And also, again, I'll be doing a breakdown on what some of those elements are. So if you do want to incorporate them, for those of you who are looking to get married or even renew your vows, I think this would be something really good for y'all to do. Okay. All right. No problem. No problem, my brother. We got you. All right. See, now I never should have played this, because now all the wives out there are going to be begging for their husbands to do this. Y'all, they're probably going to wake up tomorrow like, what is she talking about? what was she watching yesterday? Brothers, I apologize, man. I apologize. All right, let's get back to the show. Beloved Ty, yes, I am an ordained minister, a licensed minister. So yes, I can ordain weddings. I actually put the video up. It's on Patreon. I put the video up of my, matter of fact, it was not on page, it's on YouTube, of my ordination ceremony. So yes, I can definitely do weddings. Matter of fact, I have 2 weddings that I was asked to do this year. One is actually coming up in August, I think, and the other one is sometime in the fall. So yeah, if you want me to officiate a wedding or help you to plan it in regards to the customs and stuff like that, just let me know. Email me, kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. All right. No, that's definitely okay. Acts of service are performed at a lot of Israelite weddings, so that would not be uncommon right there. All right. Okay. All right. I didn't mean to do that, brother, but that was the Most High's fault. Blame him. That's my boss. All right. Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of them going on in the community that a lot of us don't know about. Some of them are private, like mine was private. Obviously, because I would have had hundreds of people there. We wouldn't have enough room for everybody to come there if I made it an open invitation. So that's why I made mine private. We had about, how many people was there?
A little under 50.
About 50 people. So it was a very private ceremony, private reception. And again, because I like to be private, I don't really like to put stuff like that out there like that, because no telling who could be attracted to come to something like that. I really did not want to make it public, right? So I kept it private at 50 people, and it was really good. It was nice and intimate, and I liked it. Okay. Get wise. Okay. So I told y'all, listen, I'm trying to get this work contract off my back to free my time up to get back to what I've been doing, so I can begin to serve y'all again. And I'm working on it. I'm working on it. All right. Okay. No, I have not heard anything back from the IUIC shooting in Kansas City, so I cannot update y'all on information I do not have. But I'm praying that the brother who was shot is okay. Again, I don't know all the details behind it. I saw like 2 quick videos on it, so hopefully he's doing okay. All right. And keep him in your prayer. I don't know his name. If anybody knows, let me know. I'll put it up there, and we keep the brother in our prayer. Okay. All right. Anytime, brother. Anytime. All right. So what was that question that somebody asked me? Let me go back to that question about the New Testament. I'm gonna kill some time. Yoshi, you got 30 minutes, bruh. 30 minutes. Okay. I'm not trying to rush you, brother. Your work comes first. All right. And I hope the Sabbath is not right now for you. Maybe you don't even keep the Sabbath. I don't know. We got to talk. All All right, so let me go back to that question. Who asked me that question? Let me see if I can find it. Who asked me that question about the New Testament? Let me see. Who asked me that? You see this, man? Yo, I love this brother, man. This is a genuine brother. He says, speaking of gifts, is there anything you and your family need that we can donate to the Shields family? Y'all want to start sending gifts to me? Okay. Listen. I'm going to be humble on this one. All right. I'm going to be humble. If y'all want to send any gifts, right? I can't say we have a need. You know, thank y'all for providing and giving me bread that's sufficient for me. We don't have needs, but I definitely have a lot of wants. So I'm not even going to front about that. If y'all do want to send anything, the most appropriate way to do so is you'll see in the description below is a P.O. box. Send any and everything that you would like to give to the P.O. box that's in the description below. Okay. Anything you send will be greatly appreciated. Right. Even if it's a card, you know, it'll be fine. And I appreciate that. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother, for being consistent. I appreciate you. I can't find this guy's questions. Where's his questions at? Let me see. Where's this question? Brother, if you know who I'm talking to, please. Oh, here it is. Found him. All right. Jerea Hamilton. All right. Are you there? Jerea Hamilton. Let me know if you're there. Yes, let's do so in about 2 weeks. Once I get this job off my neck, y'all willing, hit me up in 2 weeks. All right. Let me know. And get wise, that, KSM, do it for KHM. Like people say, do it for the gram, do it for KHM. Do it for the Most High, brother. You know what I'm saying? We got to talk just to make sure that this is something that goes in alignment with everything that you're looking to do, and that it's not going to be a hindrance, but it's going to allow you to be productive and allow you to enjoy a high quality of life and get involved in ministry. You know what I'm saying? Put it in work where our people, where the lost sheep is at. You know what I'm saying? And if this is something that you really want to do, then yeah, let's talk about it first. I know a lot of people in the past wanted to move down here because of KHM, but I don't want to rush nobody into doing anything like that. Not until I got it like that. When I got it like that, I'll be like, yo, brother, I got a house out here for you. Come move in. You know what I'm saying? Y'all willing one day, and maybe a couple of years, we'll be there. We'll be there. Right. All right. So Jerea, all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this link there for you. All right. Click on the link, Jerea, and let's join in the discussion. Let's kill some time for Yoshi to get in. Okay, click that link. What phase of the moon do you understand to indicate Rosh Hodesh? Rosh Hodesh. I'm gonna give you one clue. So Israelite Defense, that's your homework right there. Look up that group and you will have your answer. Okay, sunrise. All right, good. Just wanted to check. We do the same thing here. So just wanted to check, my brother. All right. So Jerea, click the link. Waiting on you, Jerea. I don't know if you're a male or female, but whoever you are, feel free to click the link and let's have a chat. So my brother's keeper 2X, do you think that we must get a marriage certificate? Some say it's the law of the land, but in actuality, it's not. It's man's law. We operate in wills. We must operate in wills, trust, and the soul through Yah. So no, you don't have to get a marriage certificate. You don't have to. So marriage certificates typically in the Iron Age period, in biblical times, and we're talking about the Tanakh, Hebrew Bible, Old Testament, typically those were restricted to just kings. So we see like Solomon, he would get a treaty with Pharaoh when he took his daughter, and that treaty is the paperwork that is really like what we would call a marriage certificate. And pretty much it would be an enforceable treaty that as long as they're married and still alive, then whatever terms and conditions that the two nations have will continue to stand. So that's what we get in that time period. However, when the Israelites went into captivity, then they started to get papers signed for legal reasons because they were in captivity. So a lot of things changed. They were no longer in their sovereignty. So paperwork was a means for them to demonstrate that in regards to ownership and possessions and protection and land rights and grants and so forth. So you don't have to. In America, you don't have to either. What I would recommend is that you do draft up documentation that you and the other person will both sign with the terms and conditions at the very least that you will agree to, with one another, what someone will call vows, and then get it notarized and submit it to your county clerk. All right. So that it's public record, right? And it's enforceable by law. So at the very least, I recommend that you do that. If you do choose to get a marriage certificate, that is solely up to you. There's nothing in scripture that speaks against it. So I'm not going to speak against it, right? But the decision is up to you. I do agree that we should operate in wills, trusts, and things along those lines. I 100%, 1,000% agree with that. I have no qualms about that, and I do agree with that, right? But again, it's all based on whatever your conviction is. And, if you want advice or instruction either way, I can provide it. But generally speaking, that's my advice to you. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, just answer that, Ty. Just answer that. Okay. All right. Yes, sir. And vice versa. When you'll come to Atlanta, let me know, brother. Let me know. We have the space, so just let me know. Okay. All right. Let me let this brother on while we wait for Black Yoshi. All right, here we go. Here comes Sister Ebony. I love this sister, but this sister she be trolling me, man. She be trolling me. This is the metaphysical sister. Hold on. Before I get you, Jereya, I think I'm saying your name right, brother. Just hold on for 1 second. Let me address this sister. Then I'm going to chat with you. And then see if Yoshi, buying you enough time, Yoshi. All right. All right. So now, Ebony knowledge, right? And I'm glad you brought that up. I was going to wait to actually do some commentary on that. Beloved Ty said, who is she? Somebody that drops in from time to time. And when the sister drops in, this is how she drops in. Right? She drops in with something like this. Like, Divine, you sound crazy on that side video. So I saw a show of ones. We had about 20 people in here that saw that Sonetta video, right? Now, for those of you who are not familiar with Sonetta, this is not the first time that Sonetta has asked me this question. All right. Sonetta is looking for got you moments because that drives viewership. That drives conversations around his channel. He's been doing that for the past 3.5 years with Hebrews. He did it with me back in 2020. This is nothing new. This is what he's been doing. And pretty much what he wants to say is the Bible justifies rape. Now, this is something that's been beat to death. There's tons of exegetical commentaries on this. There's tons of scholarly articles on this. And none of those sources say that the text condones rape. None of them say that. And this is even from secular sources and secular scholarship. But here we go with people in the so-called Black conscious community that want to say that the Bible pushes rape. You know what's very fascinating? The last time I checked Ebony Knowledge, you subscribe to the Torah and you are subscribed to metaphysics. So that means you subscribe to the same Torah I was reading from. Very fascinating. What do you think about that? I would love to know what you think about that. You tell me what you think about that. Now, while she's pondering that, if rape was permissible amongst the children of Israel, they would not be classified as a capital offense, and there would be no capital punishment. The moment that we see in the text amongst Israel that there is capital punishment, which means death by stoning, It is not something that is permissible. Let's read the scripture. Okay? Let's read the scripture. No, it's not because the Megarians kept the Israelite defense. It's because I did a 7-hour and 42-minute lecture in 2016 while I broke it all down. Right? So go back and check out that lecture from 2016 that I did on the calendar. It's 7 hours and 42 minutes. Take your time, go through it. It's 3 parts, and that is the abridged version. All right? Or go and look at my playlist on the calendar, and you'll see various videos in which I discuss this, okay? All right. Okay. Now, let's go into the script. Now, Sister Ebony, are you there? Hopefully you didn't disappear. Hopefully you don't disappear. R&T, that's an excellent inquiry, but I cannot address it now. But please save that for the next live stream or email that to me, okay? All right. So she says, I don't care. No defense for that scripture. So, Ebony Knowledge, do you subscribe to Torah? Do you subscribe to Torah? I want to ask you that question first. Do you subscribe to Torah? It's either yes or no. Based on that answer is how I'm going to address this. Whether I'm going to be relative or objective. Now, why you ponder on that? Because I don't know where you're at in your journey right now. You probably abandoned Torah altogether. And if you did, that's fine. Right? If you didn't, that's fine. Just be honest about it. Let me know where you're at in regards to this, right? Let me pull up the scripture. She's probably referring to Deuteronomy chapter 21 and verse 12. Hopefully she's not dealing with Deuteronomy chapter 22, right? Matter of fact, I need to ask her which one she probably has an issue with. I got to see this, right? When did I ever say that I condone rape? What is this conversation? Find one video of me on any platform where I condone rape. Please show it to me. Show me that. I've never in my life ever had any problems with any females as it pertains to that subject matter. Never. I don't believe in that. I don't practice it. I don't do it. I condemn it. And in situations where I was told this in my past and had to go and see people about that. So for somebody to say that it was, well, you got to give some more context. So I'm going to, now she says, I ain't say that. So what are we talking about here? So look, all right. So it's not personal. And again, you still didn't answer the question. The question is, do you adhere to Torah or not? That's the question, sis. And again, I'm saying this in love. I have no personal gripe against you. You jumped out the window at me. I have nothing personal against you, right? So now I'm asking you, do you keep Torah? Yes or no? You see, she didn't answer the question yet. And she doesn't want to answer the question because now she's going to be bound and come into a conundrum in how to handle this particular text that I'm going to read. I don't shy away from that. I'll read it. And just so you know, if she doesn't know already, Sonetta has an extremely biased platform. Sonetta asks extremely biased questions. Sonetta controls the narrative of the content that's on his channel. I knew that going into there. I already knew that. And guess what? A lot of people came to ask me for further elaboration on that. Say, wow, I always thought it meant this or it meant that. And I gave them some more insight. What you didn't see, sis, is that Sonetta didn't play the whole video. And he edited some stuff. But I'm going to leave that alone. Because those of y'all who's been following me for years, since I've been on his platform in 2014, this is what he does. And every time he can speak, he pauses the video, gives his commentary. I can't speak. I got to type in the chat, and then I get timed out. Then I get timed out again until they had to make me a moderator. Sis, you saw what was going on in there. I'm New Covenant. I don't know what that means. What does New Covenant mean? Does that mean you don't subscribe to Torah? I don't know what that means. What is New Covenant? Are you part of Brother Polite's organization? Hold on. Are you New Covenant? Are you New Covenant? Okay, we got to sit up for this. I got set up for this. Hold on. Let me sit up for this for a second. Okay. Let me sit up. Let me see what the answer is. So what do you mean when you say new covenant? Are you saying that you are New Testament believer? Are you saying you subscribe to the New Testament? Is that what you're saying? I was about to say, if you say you new covenant, we got a whole nother conversation we about to have right now. This is wild right here. Okay, cool. All right, new covenant as in the New Testament. All right, so you're a New Testament believer. Does that mean you reject the Torah? Sis, you never want to come on camera whenever we have these conversations. It would be more beneficial if we can have a conversation face to face. So what I'm going to do is I want to see if you're not going to be shy or if you're going to jump in here saying something like that to me, then I must address you like an adult. We must have a conversation. You know, I'm not going to disrespect you. I'm not going to yell. I'm not going to overtalk you. That's not how I conduct myself. Right. I'm just saying, just typing and waiting for you to respond and speaking, there's a lot of delay and latency. Right. So if you can, sis, all right. She said, Divine be going in on me. Look what you said. Wait, you didn't even say shalom. You just jumped right into it. So look, the link is right there, right? You're stirring my wife up. The link is right there, right? Please click the link, all right? Please click the link and let's have a civil discussion. Trust me. The wolves won't be on you, sis. I'm going to be polite. I'm going to be gentle. I'm going to handle you with respect. You don't get that with somebody who's, I don't even know what you were saying about the scripture. Are you saying that I'm condoning that? Is that what you're saying? Something that was not a command, but it was a regulation or something that came with war in the ancient Near East that we're not doing today, for the record? Remember, I said to Sarnetta, in the times of war, that's what I said. That's not going on right now, 2023. This does not apply today. So all I was simply doing was exegeting or providing midrash on the text. That's it. Sarnetta was making it personal. Sarnetta was taking it personal, and he started to gas and hype his entire audience up. That's what he does. He handles the narrative. He's allowed to give the colorful commentary and never finish the video. Ask him why he didn't finish playing the whole video. Okay. Links right there, sis. We're going to wait. I don't hit links, Divine. You see this? See this? Come on, sis. All right, sis. No problem. Let me address the text real quick, right? So you know I ain't running from it. And again, sis, okay, if you don't want to address it, that's fine. Leave me a comment in the chat and tell me what issue did you have with what I said. Divine, you sound crazy on that Savid. What did I say that made me sound crazy? What did I say? You chop and screw everything. Tell me what I said. What did I say? Quote something I said. Allude to something that I said. What was it? She said she had on headphones. What? I don't know what that means. What does that mean, Sister Ty? I don't know what she's saying. Sister Ebony, can you tell me what I said, what I alluded to, what I inferred, whatever you gathered from what was just saying that I sound crazy is not explaining anything. Deuteronomy 28 for rape. I don't know what you're talking about. Just call me text. You said Deuteronomy 28. It seemed like you were defending the rape of women. All right, let's get this. And again, which scripture are you? Tell me what scripture that I said that you said that it sound like. If I've never had legal personal issues in regards to that, nobody that I've ever encountered in my life can ever say or accuse me of anything like that. No one. That's number one. Number two, if I have a history of having to fight people, pull guns on people because people have come to me and told me that they were what you say. And again, I don't know if YouTube is going to flag this video if I say the word. I'm going to say the R doctrine. You never see me when Sarnetta and Polite went and interviewed Great Millstone, and they said, yeah, we could get him young. Never see me co-sign that garbage, okay? How can I defend something I don't support? How does that work? That doesn't make any sense. I am interpreting what the text says. And it did happen in the culture. But was that law? That's the problem. That's what we got to deal with. See, here's the thing. All types of injustices happen in the ancient Near East that still happen today. However, the difference is the culture is different. Our society is different than it was at that time. And in war, during war, when one nation is fighting against another nation, and there's a nation that's the victor and one that's the victim, the nation that's the victor despoils the nation who was defeated. And typically they would kill off the men or imprison the men, and then they would take the women, the virgin women, not the women who has known a man. They would take the virgin women. And there would be a process. Typically, they're never given time to mourn in other nations. In Israelite culture, they're given 30 days to mourn. And when the man takes that woman and she becomes his wife, her status is elevated. Now, you may frown upon that, and we all may frown upon that. All I'm explaining to you is how it happens in the ancient Near East when there's war. This doesn't happen during times of non-war. Are you aware of that? Nobody's justifying rape. Matter of fact, the word rape is not even there in that context. If you can find the word rape for me there, hold on. Where's my cash at? Let's pull up the passage. She didn't tell me what passage, right? You said you don't have a problem with me, but that was kind of SMH, but you're not giving no explicit details in what I said. See, you're not telling anybody what I said. You are making people think that I said something crazy, and I did not say nothing crazy. But because you're not giving any details, it's keeping the mind wondering to say, oh man, what did Divine say? Oh, maybe she'd be married. Oh, I gotta go back and watch that. You're stirring the pot unnecessarily. So I'm going to tell you what scriptures that we went over, since the sister is not giving a scripture, source, or citation, and she's not saying what I said that made me sound crazy. You see, she's not saying any details. And Sister Ebony, I have love for you, sis, because we had some good interactions in the past. I have no problems, but you jumped in your head first saying that I sounded crazy. So let's go over the scripture. Let me bring it up real quick. All right. We don't run from any of this. We addressed it. Everything in the Bible is not all roses and bubbles. Okay. There's some serious stuff that occurred in this text that requires us to confront. You understand? Nobody's locking you down and binding you to every little element in it and say, oh, I got to adhere to this. Where's that at? So I'm going to get into the passages, since you probably don't even know what scriptures we were reading. You're probably not even aware of it. Okay, let them watch the video. I'm going to do one better. I'm going to post the video in the chat. I have no shame. So let me go ahead and post the video in the chat for everybody, because I put it on YouTube, and I put it on the community. Sis, you didn't know I put it in the community section on this page before I went live? It was already there. But I'll put it in the chat. Here we go. I'll make it easy for everybody, since I sounded crazy. Okay, no problem. And then y'all can come back and crucify me on the next live stream if I did say something crazy. All right. But I'm going to address it real quick. And I got to two guests I got to bring on this on the channel. So let me go through this real quick. Okay. Because apparently I'm sounding crazy doing this. All right. All right. So let me go ahead and post it up here. Okay. Let's make it easy for everybody. There it is. Nobody ain't got to search it in the YouTube search. The link is right there. Oh, it doesn't say rape at all text? It doesn't say rape. So it's not the same. It's not the same word. Okay. All right. There you go, sis. Okay, Divine. Let them watch the vid and judge as they may. It's right there. But I'm not just going to let them watch. Why just do that? I'm going to continue to expound, because Sadnetta gave his commentary. You didn't hear my commentary. You just see me type stuff in the chat. I didn't get a chance to speak out on the video. See, Sadnetta does that purposely and strategically. He does that because he likes to put himself in that safe space where he can say stuff behind. And mind you, you didn't hear none of the content that happened behind the scenes. But okay, let's get into it. All right. Sis, I know you wasn't coming with smoke. I know. But you said defend. Was I defending the scripture or was I expounding on the scripture? Which one was it? Okay. Let me read it. Hold on. Let me read it. Let's go to the first passage, Deuteronomy chapter 22. Sis, you know we open up this text and we break it down every time on this channel. You know I don't shy away from no challenge, no accusation, because you're making an accusation right now. You just made an accusation. That's why I'm confronting you with this energy. And it's not energy like I hate you or anything like that. But I'm confronting you with this energy because you just came out. You didn't even say shalom. You didn't even say peace. You didn't even acknowledge my guest in my house. You just came right for me. So I got to address it, right? Here's the scripture. Let's pull it up. Devarim 22. Okay, let's zoom in so everybody can see this. And we're going to learn together. Let's see if Divine is sounding crazy. All right. Let's jump down to the verse that he pulled out. The first verse he pulled out was this, Deuteronomy 22 and 25. And remember, somebody text this to Sonetta. If you go back and listen to the video, I said, Sonetta, did you read the rest of the context? No. What? Sonetta, come on, bro. And again, he didn't put this. I said, bro, you didn't even read the entire passage and you're going to come for me. I said, have you ever decided to say, hey, let me look up these words in Hebrew? No, I don't think it is. I think that the English translation is good enough. Do we teach that on this channel? You should know that, sis. Do we teach that on this channel? So this is what we're looking at right here. Now, watch this. Watch this, right? Let's see if this is condoning rape. Okay, let's see if this can. This is the scripture that Sonata brought me to. But if in the open country a man meets a young woman who is betrothed, and the man seizes her and lies with her, then only the man who lay with her shall die. If the Bible's condoning rape, why is he living? I'm just gonna pause right there. So somebody tell me, if the Bible condones rape, if the Bible excuses rape, if the Bible's justifying rape, especially among Israel, why is this man being put to death? I'm going to wait. Sister Beloved Ty, right here, she was in this. Wait, she was in the chat. She was right in the chat too. While you was in there saying the stuff that you were saying about me, sis, and they come over here and then now saying, "Oh, I'm not trying to pick a fight. I'm not trying to blow no smoke." Sis, I saw all your comments in the chat. Every time I go inside of this chat and he talks about me or I'm the subject matter, I look to see which one of y'all are in there talking crazy about me, and I take all types of screenshots, sis. You know that chat, you can't get rid of that chat. Matter of fact, I should show people what you were saying about me in that chat. I should show them. But you over here with us, sis. Sis, we got all the screenshots. We have the screenshots. And even without the screenshots, people can go back because you told me to post the link. The link is right there. Y'all go back and look for Ebony Knowledge's comments about DivineProspect. Okay? All right. I want you to go back and see the comments that she said about me. And if you see anybody else in this channel over there talking crazy about me, please screenshot and send it to Kingdom Harbinger, and I will send you a gift. That's all you got to do. Let's incentivize this now. All right. So the question is this for y'all. If the Bible condones rape among Israel, why is this man being put to death? I'm just going to wait for a second. Y'all make sure you share this video so everybody can go back and watch that Sonata video where Divine was talking crazy. Just saying. And you know I'm animated. You know I'm passionate. You know this was going to come. You already know. You already knew this was going to come. Show me where the Bible's condoning rape here. I'll wait. No, it's not. It's oh, you got the receipts, Gavin? Thank you, sir. So no, there's nobody's condoning rape. Yeah, I know you made comments. I saw you, and you know wherever I'm at, I got people there, so I ain't even got to be there. I got people there, so I ain't even got to be there. We see that we got the screenshot, sis. So it doesn't condone rape because apparently the man is dying. But you shall do nothing to the young woman. She has committed no offense punishable by death. You hear that? For this case is like that of a man attacking and murdering his neighbor. You see how they're equating rape? Attack and murder. Because he met her in the open country, and though the betrothed woman cried for help, there was no one there to let's pull the text down. There was no one there to rescue her. You see, what happens is when there's people that be going in that chat, like you, my sister, that I thought would stand up. But you see, you learn more about what people say behind your back than what they say to your face. You learn more about people about that, their character, their integrity. When you have people like this sister, Ebony Knowledge, which I thought was a good system, go in the chat and join the people who just want to attack Israelites and raising up this accusation like I'm supporting rape, which is ridiculous, okay? And then say, oh, you got to watch out for these Hebrew guys, because they be probably wanting to do this. What? Never in my life had I had to take anything from any woman, ever in my life. So if I read a text like this, you damn sure I'm going to criticize it. Nothing falls under my scrutiny when it comes to this text. And if you are frequent to this channel, which you were, you should know that. But what happens is you're feeding into the nonsense over there and perpetuating a falsehood and straw man about our community that is untrue. And when you do that, it becomes very dangerous because now you're feeding into all of the COINTELPRO against our community. And now they're going to be looking for examples like this to pin some nonsense on us. Those of us who are upright, those of us who stand for what's right, who criticize and call things out, you're feeding into that machine. Unbeknownst to you, this is much bigger than your small comment. You're adding fuel to the fire unnecessarily. You could have came back here and said, Divine, I didn't like what you were saying on there, Divine. Please address it so it's not misunderstood. That's what somebody with integrity would do. That's why when you see when the video starts, I told Sonetta, I'm not about to be talking about nobody on here, especially if they're not sitting next to me. I don't do that. Everybody, listen. My thing is, I'm forgiven. I'm going to forgive you for that. But all I'm saying is situations like this expose a person's integrity. It does. And it goes to see what agenda they have when they go and they view content like this. And it brings it to the surface. And that's fine. You're a grown woman. You're entitled to say and do whatever you want. I'm just saying the fact that you're over here and the only thing you say to me is that I sound crazy for what I said on Sonetta, when you could have came over here first and hashed it out with me and allow me an opportunity to give you more insight and engage you live and answer your questions in an honorable dialogue without the name calling and bashing and pointing fingers. I'm saying that's reasonable. That's all. Everybody may not operate like that, and that's okay. But again, what you say, sis, can never be erased. What you said is in that chat. And if they wanted to use anything against me, they got your comment now. So thank you for contributing to a witch hunt that may happen to me in the future. I appreciate that. But let's go back into this text. All right. Let me go back into this text. Okay. All right. Now, because he met her in an open country, and though the betrothed young woman cried for help, there was no one to rescue her. You see this? There's no condoning rape. Now I'm going to go into the next passage that he brought out, okay, which is the passage that's right after that. All right. Let's scroll down. Okay. And it's all good. I already know that this was going to happen. You understand what I'm saying? I already knew this was going to happen. You think that I was walking in there blindly, like I didn't know Sonetta since 2014, actually 2013. I didn't come on his platform till 2014. I knew this man and his platform for over 10 years. I've been through this with him before. There's nothing new. And me coming back this time, it was supposed to be an interview. He says, I already knew what he probably was going to do to try and line me up. I'm okay with that because I already know. You can't get mad at a dog if it barks or bites. That's its nature. So every time you get around that dog, you should expect to either be barked at or bitten. That's how it works. But when we go into scripture and you simply get upset because I am explicating what's in the text according to its ancient recent context and background, why would you get emotional over that? I didn't take no personal side. So let's keep reading. Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 28. If a man meets a virgin who is not betrothed and seizes her and lies with her, and they are found, you see that? Then the man who lay with her shall give to the father of the young woman 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife because he has violated her. He may not divorce her all his days. Here's the difference. There's two different words used in verse 28 and in verse 25. The English only gives you this word seizes. You see that? Seizes. So let's do this, right? Let's do some work, right? Let's go to verse 25 and let's go to the interlinear, right? For those who are unfamiliar with the language. And I'm just going to show you the different words that are there, okay? Here's the first word right here. Your root word is Kazakh, right? Kazakh. The root word is right here. Yechet, Zayin, Kuf. Okay? This is your root word. Way Chezach. Or in this case, Zezik. Right? So we see this right here. See that? It's a conjunctive wav. It's a verb in the Heathlosten, a conjunctive, perfect, third person, masculine, singular. Let's see if the same word there in verse 28. Verse 28. Okay, let's see if it's the same word. Totally different context, by the way. See if it's the same word. It's not the same word? But it's not the same word. Oh, shit, it's not the same word. Here's the root word for y'all right here. Here's the root word. So it's not the same word? Oh, wow. Okay, so it's not the same word. So it would make sense that in verse 28, there's no capital offense committed, and therefore there's no capital punishment. Nobody dies. Let's go up a little further where both of them die. Okay, let's go to verse 23. If there is a betrothed virgin, the man meets her in the city and lies with her, then you shall bring them both out to the gate of that city, and you shall stone them to death with stones. The young woman, because she did not cry for help, though she was in the city. The key word of Sanstanetta, city, open country. No cry out, cry out. These elements are important when trying to judge a matter. When there's a beit din and they're trying to figure out what occurred, this information is integral in order for you to render sound judgment. See this? Meets her in the city and lies with her. Then you shall bring them both out to the gate of the city. You shall stone them to death with stones. The young woman, because she did not cry out for help, though she was in the city, and the man, because he violated his neighbor's wife. So you shall purge the evil from amongst you. She was complicit, and she was engaged, and she lay with another man and did not say nothing to anybody. Her obligation was to tell her the man that she was betrothed to, and or her father or the elders of the city. She was supposed to say something to somebody. That's the culture. And if she doesn't say nothing to anybody, her silence is consent, and therefore she's complicit in the act. This is what this is demonstrating. Let's go to verse 23 and take a look at a little further, okay? A little further into this. And you see, y'all, this is how I was talking on Sonetta. I was simply trying to explain, but he kept jumping in, asking this question on top of this question and saying this point, and did not even allow me to teach. Bro, you got to give me a break and let me teach. But he keeps jumping in. asking these wild, sensational questions and making these accusations. Brother, slow down. You're doing too much. Let me teach. Okay? All right. So now we have another thing here. Betrothed to her husband, a man in the city, and lies with her. You don't see those words there that's translated as sees. There's no rape here. You understand? There's no rape here. Let me show you again. There's no word there to be translated as rape. Chazak is not there for strengthening itself on her. This is complicit sex. See, this is something that Sa-Netta is not going to take the time to do. When I was saying, Sa, let's get into the language, he was looking away, looking up, looking on his phone. He doesn't care about this. It's not sensational enough to get to the truth. There's no rape here. This was a complicit act. I don't know how much more simple it can get. Me just explaining to you what the text is saying. Verse 25 is rape. Verse 28 is not rape. That word seizes, there's a different word, and it means to captivate, to allure, to run game. And you know what that means, right? Maybe I might be a little outdated because I'm old. I just hit 40. Maybe there's newer words here that this young generation uses. But he ran game on her. He captivated her. And he lied with her. He didn't rape her. And they are found out. Then the man who lay with her shall give to the father of the young woman 50 shekels of silver. That was a lot of money back then. And let's say that he was unable to afford it. Well, we saw the situation with Jacob, Lamech, Rachel, and Leah. He had to work 7 years for a dowry, bruh. 7 years. So if you can't cough this money up, you're going to be working 7 years. And she shall be his wife because he has violated her. He may not divorce her all the days of her lives. Now, watch this. When you see this passage, you might say, oh, that's unfair. She can't get out of it. Well, she was complicit. He ran game on her. She knows she shouldn't be creeping out the house at that time of the night to go lay with this man, and she did. So now you're together forever. And now you, man, you're going to cough up 50 shekels of silver. Oh, you ain't got that money? Hey, go work that field over there, bruh. Go ahead. Work that field over there. But let me show you something. Since people say, oh, no, it's unfair. I'm gonna show you what happens in that situation so that you can understand, right? We're gonna go to Exodus and show you a little bit more insight into this situation, okay? Let's go to Exodus chapter 22 and verse 16, all right? Now, y'all let me know if I sound crazy. Maybe I sound crazy. I don't know, right? But watch this. Watch this. You see how that word switches up there? They're both corroborating each other. Exodus 22:16, Deuteronomy 22:28. They're talking about the same incident. Now let's read it. Watch this. If a man seduces, does that make y'all feel better? You see, with Sa-Netta, he limits the conversation. He changes the subject matter. He didn't even let me go into Exodus 22:16 because the word is clearly there. If a man seduces a virgin, he's not raping her. What is wrong with people? Y'all want the Bible to say this so much because you're finding excuses to beat up on Torah. This is ridiculous. This is crazy. Debating upon it. I already got a debate with Nepal set up. It's already set up. Matter of fact, you was in the chat. You didn't see her mentioning that? You must have missed that. Got to go back and watch the chat, sis. I know it's probably going too fast for you. Go back, slow it down, and you can go ahead and see that. She reached out to me about that. When was that? On Wednesday. She reached out to me. Oh, Divine, hey, what's up, man? Divine, blah, blah, blah. Because you know she's trying to get her weight up. She just had a debate with Christina, so she's trying to get her weight up. Oh, Divine, I would love to have a debate with you. And you're one of the people that I look up the most. Matter of fact, I look up you more than anybody else. You know, people run games. That stuff don't mean nothing to me. Oh, you look at, yeah, okay, cool, whatever. It's cool, right? Sister Nepal is good peoples. I have no issues with her, but I had no game when I see it. And she's trying to set it up so she can get a debate. And I was already complicit off the strength of Nepal. Me and her never had any issues. She was always cool, always respectful to me, right? Always paid homage and showed honor and respect. And I show honor and respect towards her as well, right? We always had a good mutual understanding, right? So she asked to debate me on something. She didn't say what it was. And I said, sure, Nepal, I got you. I'm going to help her get her weight up. I've been doing this before Nepal was even known on Sonetta. My first debate on Sonetta was Kemet on Trial. Matter of fact, my first debate was with Brother Ankaket before I even did Kemet on Trial. In 2014, the footage is up. This is nothing new to me. This is old stuff, right? But let's read 22 and 16. Now, I know my guests have been waiting, and thank you, Sister Ebinash. You caused me to hold up my guests, hold up the show, but it's okay. It's a learning lesson in case somebody comes back to this channel after watching that Sonetta clip. Thank you, Sister Ebony Knowledge, all right? Now, let's read it. If a man seduces a virgin, now slow down. Sister Ebony, can you tell us what the seduce mean rape? I just want to wait 1 second. Let me know if seduce means rape. I'm gonna wait for a second to see what she says. Does seduce mean rape? I just want to know. You already know. Sis, you've seen me on this channel so many times. You knew this was coming. Does seduce mean rape? Let me ask everybody else. Hit 1 if seduce means rape. Hit 2 if seduce doesn't mean rape. I'm gonna wait. I don't run from this. This is what I do. I don't run from it. Hit 1. Hit 1 if seduce, or hit 2 if it doesn't. Does this mean rape? Since we're just going by translations, and the person asking the question did not care about the original language, I even read the original language on the channel. You hear me reading Hebrew on the channel. You think he cares enough to say, okay, what does that Hebrew mean? What is that syntax? Where else can we see that word at and its usage? Do we have any cognizance in other sister Semitic languages that we could take a look at? You think that Sonetta cared about that? All right, so let me read this, right? If a man seduces a virgin who is not betrothed and lies with her, he shall give the bride price for her and make her his wife. If, you see that conjunction key, that conjunctive, if is conditional. If her father utterly refuses to give her to him. You see that? You see that? Why did not Sonetta mention this passage right here? Since he said verse 28 was about rape. See, this is what happened to y'all new covenant believers. Y'all be running away from Torah because y'all don't understand it. And it's unfortunate because then you start siding with people that's against Israel. That's what you do. This is how great leaders are set up to fall. This is how it works. It starts like this. And COINTEL uses this to fan the flames of division in our community. I call it out for what it is. I see it coming a mile away. I see the writing on the wall, just as clear as Daniel. See this? So it says, if her father utterly refuses to give her to him, he shall pay money equal to the bride price for virgins. There you go. You see? And my guest just dropped off too. Thank you, Sister Ebony. He dropped off. Hopefully you come back. All right. So there you go. You see how you get the full picture? There's no rape here. The only rape is when somebody dies. See that? That's rape. Now let's go back. Let's go to the last passage, and I'm going to back off. We 2 hours and 16 minutes in. Hopefully, Yoshi, let me know, Yoshi, if you're back. We bought enough time for you, okay? And Brother Jereya, thank you so much for your patience, brother. I'm going to get to you as soon as I wrap this up, but this is important because you're going to have people sign that shadow come over here to Divine channel and say, oh, let me see Divine. He condone rape. He sounded real crazy over here. He condone rape. So here we go. Let's go to the next passage. Maybe you thought I wasn't going to address this. Maybe I'm like, oh, I didn't mean what I said. And let me backpedal on some stuff. And I meant everything I said on that channel. I'm going to say it again. I meant everything I said on that channel. The problem is you have viewers who are culturally insensitive. And they don't know how to check things at the door before they look into the ancient reefs. This is what happened back then. And remember that I said, before we get into Deuteronomy 21, that this is not applicable today. How could I condone rape if I'm saying chapter 21 is not applicable today? How does that work? How do you equate that I'm sitting here trying to defend rape and I'm saying it doesn't apply today? It doesn't make any sense. And you're a new covenant believer. Did you know that your Bible's attached to the Old Testament? All right, cool. Maybe some people forget that, or maybe you got a New Testament only Bible. Maybe you got a New Testament only Bible. And if you do, did you know that Jesus quotes Moses? All right, cool. So let me get Deuteronomy chapter 21. I mean, I know there's some things that some people may overlook. I know, it's okay. And remember, Ebony Knowledge, she's also into Gematria, Kabbalah, and all that. Let's not get into the Zohar. Let me not go too far back. You're gonna see the shorts I have. Look, so look, listen to what I'm saying, right? Maybe we should get into the Zohar. Okay, I'm just saying. I love you, Sister Ebony, but you knew this was coming. You knew this was coming. All right, let's read it. Deuteronomy chapter 21, starting at verse 10. Okay. When you go out to war, let's stop right there. I'm just going to stop right here. How many Israelites you know going off to war for the Most High right now? I'm going to wait. I've heard some Israelites spin this and say, oh, well, we're at war with the white man right now, so we can do this to his women. Divine don't co-sign that. You ain't never heard me say nothing like that. So how I look crazy? Because I'm trying to explain to you what the passage is saying. All right, let's keep reading. All right. When you go out to war against your enemies, and the Lord your God gives them into your hand, and you take them captive, and you see among them the captives a beautiful woman, and you desire to take her to be your wife. Now, let me slow down right there. Wait, slow down right there. Maybe that word says hoe. You take her to be your hoe. Maybe that word says concubine. Maybe that word says sexual plaything. Oh, shoot, the word wife is there? Wait, hold on. Let me slow down real quick. Hold on real quick. Where's my glasses at? I'll make sure that I'm seeing this right. Let me put my glasses on. I'm getting old, you know what I'm saying? I put my glasses on. Hold on. Let me see. Put my glasses on. Let's see. You ever see that meme with that lady squinting like this? All right, let me see. Hold on. Let me see. And you see among the captives a beautiful woman, and you desire to take her to be, oh, your wife. Oh, it says wife. Oh, okay. Okay. Wait, it says wife. Okay, let's keep reading this. I want to see the rape here. We're looking for rape, y'all. Okay, we're looking for rape. Okay, here we go. And you bring her home to your house. She shall shave her head and pare her nails, and she shall take off the clothes with which she was captured and remain in your house. Okay, let's scroll down. We're looking for rape, y'all. Let's keep going, right? And lament her father and her mother a full month. After that, you may go into her and be her husband. Now, you know that this also process is there when a man gives the bride price for the father, that she has to wait a full period of time before she can go to her husband. And did you know that lamenting also happens because she's separated from her family and she has to be with the husband? Because you're going to mourn seeing your family. See, in those times, they didn't have cell phones. They didn't have cars. They didn't have airplanes. So sometimes when you get married and the two become one and the man takes you to his inner chamber, this could be anywhere. You may not see your family for months or years. So she takes time to get herself together before she goes into this relationship, into this marriage. So you got to know Israelite culture to know this, and you have to actually be familiar with the Tanakh to understand this. So let's keep going. And it says, and she shall be your wife. You see that? Not your hoe, not your plaything, not your thought, not your jump off, not your side piece. Wife, husband. Now, I know I'm reading that right. Now, I saw wife. Where's my glasses? I got to see husband now. Hold on. Let's see this real quick. Hold on. All right, let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Husband. Husband. Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. But if you no longer delight in her, and you know what's very interesting, Sonetta doesn't any comparative and analytical studies. He's not going to do that. But I would expect more from you, sis. I would expect more from you to actually go in and actually care enough to handle the text in a manner in which you are sensitive to its peculiarities, and you're going to look for other things corroborated. But let me show you something, because the next chapter, hold on. Let's go into the next chapter. See, you're making me work right now at 2:12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's all good. See, I was half asleep on autopilot. Now I jump back and I got the way. I don't need Jesus for this, right? So Deuteronomy chapter 22. Let's jump in chapter 22. Let's go in chapter 22. Okay? Let's go down. Okay? Let's go down. Right. Verse 13. If any man takes a wife and goes into her and then hates her. See that? There's no rape here. Maybe she thinks this is rape too. I don't know. And let's jump further in the future. When a man takes a wife and marries her, if then she finds no favor in his eyes. So you see this phrase, finds no favor in his eyes. It's very similar to, but don't take no delight. But maybe you don't care about the linguistic and that. Maybe you don't care about none of that. But I'm just telling you, there's a relationship. You go check it out for yourself. If you want a book on this or several articles, email us at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com, sis. I'll send everything to you. You ain't gonna believe nothing I'm saying. But I guarantee you're not gonna go back on Sonetta and say, damn, you know what? Sonetta, Divine broke this down. He definitely was not condoning rape. And he definitely showed me that the Bible is not condoning rape. I bet you won't do that. Because now I'm telling you right now, I got a lot of watchers in here. They're gonna follow you, Ebony, on that Sonetta channel. I want to see what you do after this. I would love to see what you do after this. Because I already know Sonetta's nature. I thought you was one of us. See, I don't know about that now, sis. I don't know about all that. But let's go back. So wait. So here, when a man takes a wife and marries her, which we find what happens in Deuteronomy 21. Mind you, we're still in Deuteronomy. I didn't go to no other book yet. I'm still in Deuteronomy. Do you see this? Hates her, finds no favor in her eyes. Now, the problem with these things, these are English words. They don't carry the full weight with what's there in the Hebrew. I will go into it with you, but I may bore you. You may go to sleep. Just like Sonetta, looking away like this, looking at his phone. He don't care about that. That's not what his platform is built off of. So you got caught up in the hype. You did. And I was simply trying to tell the audience, be objective. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying this applies now. I said all of that. In my defense, I said all of that. But let's go back. Hold on, let's go back. Let's go back. Okay? Now, let's go back. Let me see. Make sure this thing is not tripping. Let's go back to 21, okay? Because I'm trying to find rape here. Hold on. Let's go back. Hold on. Let's see. Let me see. Let's go to verse 13. Let's see if we got rape in here. See this word here? There's no rape in here. There is a word for rape. And we saw what it was. Kazakh. It's not the same word here. This is not rape. And it's in the kal stem. And what you'll find out, sis, about verbal roots in Hebrew, right? Kal is the simple action. PL, the word Kazakh is in, that's in the PL stem, which is the intensive. So we can get rape from that. I would hope that you would be sensitive to these peculiarities, but you're just looking for the hype. Why? Why are you doing this? And it's okay to speak your mind, but you see, this is her answer to everything. This is her answer to it. So after I gave her all this information, this is the answer right here. This is her response. And remember, the last time I spoke to her, she wasn't dealing with the new covenant. She was actually questioning the new covenant. She was criticizing the new covenant. Sister Ebony, you can go back and check. Matter of fact, Now I'm going to go back and find the YouTube video where I addressed the Sister Ebony. And you'll see she wasn't dealing with the New Testament at that time. So I don't know at what point she started doing this. But I mean, I'm just saying, she's on a journey. And I understand because she's on the journey. That's why this is called tough love. The scripture says open rebuke is better than hidden love. How can I show you that I love you and I don't rebuke you? I do this because I love you, sis. It means something to do this. I'm looking for rape. Show me rape. Show me rape. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you some money. I know, sis. I know. Okay, I'll take it off. I'll take it off, sis. I know. So I'm going to put up some money real quick for Sister Ebony. I want to put up some money real quick for her. Right? Let's make her 4th of July weekend because she probably want to go and light fireworks. You probably want to go do a barbecue and all of that. All right, sis. So I'm going to put some money up for you real quick. All right? Here's some money up for you real quick. All right? That's for you. Okay? That's for you, sis. All right? $1,000. All you got to do is show me rape in this passage. I just want to see rape. You show me rape in this passage, I'll give you $1,000. Shout out to Yimyahu Dawid Ben Yochanan. I see you, King. What's going on? Show me rape in this passage, and I will give you $1,000. Just show me rape. I'm going to give for about a minute. I just want to see rape in here since I sound crazy. Just show me rape. You see, I can't get to this depth with Sarnetta. I can't get to this depth with him because he will not allow it on his platform. So what do? I use that to draw traffic here. I know where some of these people came from. I use it to draw traffic here because they want to go and see, oh, let me see what it is that this guy subscribes to. Oh, thank you, sis. You just helped the channel out. There we go. 100K, 1K, if you can find me rape in this passage. I mean, it's $1,000. I just want to see rape. Look it up. There's your Strongs. For those of you who want to use Strongs, you know, the dated concordance, go look it up. I recommend the Concise Dictionary of Classical Hebrew by David J.A. Kleins or the Halot, the Hebrew and Aramaic Lexicon of the Old Testament, or the Enhanced BDB. Look at any of those up. Show me if you see rape here. I just want to see rape here. That's all I'm saying. Show me rape. Let me know if you want me to look it up in one of those lexicons over there too. Let me know. Let me know. I got $1,000. I just want to see rape. Okay. No rape there. All right, cool. But I sound crazy. I sound crazy. Okay. All right. So let's get back. All right. Let's get back. All right. To Divine who sounds crazy. Somebody's here watching my channel and I sound crazy. And they here at what? Almost 3 a.m. watching me. And I sound crazy. I don't know what's gravitating you towards me, sis. Maybe you like people that are crazy. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you have a lot of crazy friends. You have crazy friends around you. You have double-minded people that's around you. You got people that's bipolar around you, sis. Psychotic. I don't know. I'm not saying this to be disrespectful. I'm just saying maybe you like crazy people. Maybe that's why you're here. Some people are attached and attracted to that. I don't know. But from what we saw, there's no rape. There's no rape. There's no rape. But let's keep reading. But if you no longer delight in her, you shall let her go where she wants. You don't do that to a slave. You think when they go out here and they sex traffic these kids and these women, they're going to just let them go wherever they want? It don't work like that. That's a slave. Then it says, but you shall not sell her for money, nor shall you treat her as a slave, since you have humiliated her. What do you mean humiliate? You see, English adds these weird translations, these weird words. That's not representing the Hebrew. Right? Let's go into the Hebrew so you can see. something again that my associate, somebody I dare call my friend Sonetta, right? Because I am really cool with Sonetta. I don't condone or agree with all the stuff that he does, right? But behind the scenes, me and him had a good relationship since 2014. We've had our back and forths now that's been very fierce. But in the end, he's, to me, he's cool. And you know what? It's really because his wife is really, really a good person, man. She's always respectful to me. She always speaks to me. She always wants to help and assist with something. And I attempted to assist her with several things. He has a really, really good wife, really good woman. And I pray that he treats her right and they stay together forever. He has a good wife, right? Really good people, man. But I dare to say, even with him being my associate, my friend, quote unquote, right? The thing that I'm dealing with here is he doesn't care about this text when we go into it, right? He doesn't care about that, right? But you see this word here? See this word here, right? That we get for humble, in need, ta, in need, ta. This is in the PL stem. How do we know? Because the second root radical has a dagesh in the middle of it. You have a maphek here, which is the dagesh in the middle of the open he sound. Second person, masculine singular. They're saying third person, feminine singular, right? It's in the PL stem, intensive, right? You have humbled her, right? To bow down, to be afflicted. Well, what do you mean bow down, afflicted? Because you have taken her. In this case, people say, "Oh, Sinai said, oh, you just had sex with her, you threw her away." No. If you don't have a delight in her for whatever reason, the text is not specific on what that is. You have to let her go. You have to divorce her. Let her go. You was her husband. She was your wife. That means her legal status is no longer a slave. That's why you can't treat her as a slave. And because you have taken this foreign woman for yourself, there's no command that the Israelites are to do this. These are regulations for access already being done in regards to war. And you know what's funny? I asked Sonetta, right? Well, he said to me, how could a righteous God allow something like this to happen? Now, mind you, he didn't even go to this depth with me to understand it. And he doesn't care to do that. Because every time I try to do that, he segues somewhere else, right? But even when he said that to me, I said, Sana, you said righteous. Righteous according to who? According to the God of the Bible. I said, wait a second. So you're saying that this act is unrighteous to a righteous God, and the standard for that righteousness is the God that you said is unrighteousness? What are you? Yo, go back and watch that video. Yo, the logic is ridiculous. And I was just playing. You know how a cat toys with a little mouse that he has cornered? The mouse might put up a fight, but the cat is like, That's what it was. Or like you give a cat a ball of yarn and just plays with it. That's what I was doing. And sometimes the mouse, because the cat is giving him some chase, thinks he's getting away, and he's not. Man. No rape. He has taken her from her family, and he and her became husband and wife. There's no rape there. Now, I said to Sanada, yes, she's captive, meaning that she doesn't have any males to fight on her behalf. She's a captive. She's a prisoner of war. And this was common in the ancient Near East. But yet everybody wants to put the light on Israel. They don't want to see the atrocities committed by the Egyptians, by the Hittites, by the Assyrians, by the Babylonians, by the Persians, by the Greco-Romans. No. Your beef is with the Bible. Your beef is with Israel. Your beef is with the God of this text. That's who you have a problem with, not me. I'm simply reading and expounding and giving you insight in what the text is saying. I never once said that I agree with this or I don't. I did say none of this is applicable today. You understand? So I'm going to leave this dead horse alone. Much love to you, sis. Right? I appreciate your participation in the chat. Thank you for going off, because now you reminded me of what I should have did when I started this live stream off, which was to give this explanation so that all the people coming from Sonetta can come back and watch this. Right? All right, so let me move on real quick to Jereya. Black Yoshi channel, whatever. Are you there? I don't even know if you're there. If you there, hit 1. Somebody let me know if he's there. Let me put this brother on real quick. All right. Can you hear me, brother?
Yes, sir.
All right, hold on. Let me turn it up because I can't really hear you that well.
Uh,
Okay, can you hear me?
yeah. Is this better?
Yeah. Why does mine sound low? Oh, you know what? That's why it's the wrong. There we go. All right, say something.
Hello?
Okay, that's better. All right.
Oh, all right.
All right, my brother. What would you like to talk about as it pertains to the New Testament?
Well, just kind of like your like exegesis on like the new on the like the new covenant as it pertains to the Gentiles and how you see it.
Okay. So, what's your question?
Like, do you believe that Genesis like 48 and when it talks about that it lines up with Romans 11 at all?
Does Genesis 48 line up with Romans 11?
Yeah.
Let me take a look.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm familiar with both passages, but let's go over it real quick.
Yeah, it pertains
All right.
like to the prophecies given to Ephraim.
To Ephraim, you said the northern tribe.
Right.
All right. So your position is that the Gentiles or northern tribe Israelites that's mentioned in Romans chapter 11, that is the wild olive branch being grafted back into the olive tree, correct?
Essentially, yeah, correct.
Yeah. I already know. All right, so that's cool. So let's read Genesis 48, and you saying that this is going to show us that Joseph, which represents the northern tribe by way of Manasseh and Ephraim, are going to be wayward, and that they're going to be brought back into the fold, right?
Well, I'm asking because I have a couple of questions on it. So I'm just
Yeah. So I'm just trying to sum it up. So I'm saying this is your premise, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. So where would you like me to start reading on in Genesis chapter 48?
Right when Jacob is blessing Ephraim.
Okay. So what chapter? Verse is that?
So I'm getting to it.
Sure. Take your time.
I believe it's in 19.
19. Okay, let me jump down. 19. You sure?
Hold on.
Sure. Take your time.
Sorry, number 20.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I can't hear you, brother.
You can't hear me?
Okay, that's better. I think he was covering the mic back.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, I can hear you. All right, what verse you said?
So verse 20. Verse 20.
Verse 20. Okay, let me jump down. Okay, I'm right here. All right, so he blessed them that day, saying, "By you, Israel."
Well, actually, I'm sorry to cut you off. 19.
19.
So hold on, let me put my phone up better.
Okay.
Because I have it on my earlier. I had my laptop, but it died. But hold on.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. I know I went on a tirade, so
No,
laptop probably.
No, that was well needed. I did learn a lot.
Mm.
I might have skipped it. Let me see. Let's see. Yeah. So 19. So it says, and his father refused, and he said, I know it, my son, I know it, and he shall become a people, and he also shall be great. But truly, his younger brother shall be greater than he, and his seed shall be a multitude of nations.
Okay.
So, in your opinion, does this have any like correlation with Romans 11, as far as the Gentiles being the northern tribes?
No.
Being led by Ephraim?
No, I don't subscribe to that. But in looking at this passage, right, I think you're saying the multitude, he will become a multitude of nations, right?
Right.
And why is that? What happened in their history for the text that said that they would become a multitude of nations? And this is probably what you're alluding to. What happened to the northern tribes?
Well, yeah, they were obviously kicked out.
Yeah, Second Kings chapter 17, right?
Right, right.
Okay. And then they was brought where? Where were they brought?
To Assyria, right?
Yes. Well, to Babylon. We would say it's Babylon, or in the realm of Mesopotamia, right? So it could be Assyria, it could be all the way down towards Babylon, etc. Right? So they were brought there, and then they were replaced by other groups of people, other nations that were placed in the northern land, right?
So that's where I have a question though, because
Sure.
I'm like a year and a half into this.
Oh, I didn't even know, brother. Okay, no
Yeah,
problem.
yeah. I just got into this. I was brought up like in a Christian church. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. So like I just decided to study the scriptures for myself, and just from what I've read, I just have a King James 1611. I have a couple like concordance and stuff, but
Oh, that's cool.
some of the
Brother,
history, I'm not my fault, but some of the history, like I know you're really good on, and that's why I'm like,
yeah.
Because I know a lot of this has to do with like replacement theology, and people saying that like either like Israel was replaced. So, and what you're saying right there, are you saying that like another people are essentially became Israel?
So I'm gonna read for you what this says here, right? Second Kings chapter 17, verse 24. And the king of Assyria brought people from Babylon, Cutha, Ava, Hamath, and Sepharvaim, and placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of the people of Israel. And they took possession of Samaria and lived in its cities. And at the beginning of the dwelling there, they did not fear the Lord. Therefore, the Lord sent lions among them, which killed some of them. So the king of Assyria was told, the nations that you have carried away and placed in the cities of Samaria do not know the law of the God of the land. Therefore, he has sent lions among them, and behold, they are killing them because they do not know the law of the God of the land. Now, the city of Samaria, which Israelite child descendant settled in this area of Samaria? Who settled in that region? Which one of the tribes?
Was it Joseph? I believe it was Joseph, right?
Yep. Joseph by way of which one of his sons?
Ephraim and Manasseh.
So if Ephraim is where Samaria is at, right?
Yeah.
So we see other nations being settled in this area. Now I'm going to show you something interesting. There's still northern tribe Israelites there.
Wow.
Even after this, we're going to get into that in a second. But it says the lions amongst them, they were killing the people, right? They don't know the law. Then the king of Assyria commanded, send there one of their priests whom you carried away from there, and let him go and dwell there and teach them the law of the land. So one of the priests whom they had carried away from Samaria came and lived in Bethel and taught them how they should fear the Lord. But every nation still made gods of its own and put them in the shrines of the high places that the Samaritans had made, every nation in the cities in which they lived. The men of Babylon made Succoth Benoth, the men of Cuth made Nergal, the men of Hamath made Ashima, and the Aviites made Nebhaz and Tartak. And the Sepharites burned their children in the fire to Adramelech and Anamelech, the gods of the Sepharvaim. They also feared the Lord and appointed from among themselves all sorts of people as priests of the high places, who sacrificed for them in the shrines of the high places. So they feared the Lord, but also served their own gods, after the manner of the nations among which they had been carried away. Now, what's very interesting is here, what the text says. Then the king of Assyria commanded, send there one of the priests whom you carried away from there. Now, where were the Levites dwelling at this time? Were they in Samaria, or were they in the south around Jerusalem?
I'm not sure, to be honest, but if I'm a guess, I would believe they're with Judah, so they're not.
Correct.
Yeah, they're not.
Now, when you go into the history of Rehoboam and Jeroboam,
right.
Jeroboam, when he became king over the northern tribes, he did not let the children of Israel in the north go down to the south to worship at the temple to
Yes,
make sacrifices, etc. So what did he do? He made priests
in his own
from
little.
among the people. There you go. So these
Right.
were one of the priests that was taken away,
Okay.
that then was brought back, because those priests worship Yahweh, but they also had calves and the small little worship utensils that they had enough, right?
Yeah.
But now here's the question. We see that these other people groups have been resituated into the land, right? Now let's see if there was, let me zoom out real quick.
Okay.
Let's see if there were still northern tribe Israelites in this region. Okay. So we're gonna go through. Right?
Okay.
Let me go through. Let me see if this is what I want. Nope. Probably gonna go to Josiah, right? Let's fast forward to the life of Josiah.
Okay, let me know so I can follow along.
Sure. Yeah, I'm gonna get it real quick. All right, this is 2 Kings chapter 22. Okay. I'll wait for you to get there. Let me know when you're there.
Yeah, 1 second.
Sure, take your time.
All right, I'm there when you're there.
Okay. All right, so this says Josiah reigns in Judah. Josiah was 8 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 31 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Jedidiah, the daughter of Adiah of Boskoth, and he did what was right in the eyes of the Lord and walked in all the way of David his father, and he did not turn aside to his right or his left, right? Then it goes and shows the campaign he did of cleansing the land, right? So he went to secretary of the house of the Lord, go up to Hilkiah, the high priest, and he may count the money that's been brought into the house of the Lord, which the keepers of the threshold have collected from the people, and let it be given into the hand of the workmen who have the oversight of the house of the Lord, and let them give it to the workmen who are at the house of the Lord repairing the house, and let them use it for buying timber and quarried stone to repair the house. But no accountant shall be asked from them for the money that is delivered into their hand, for they deal honestly, right? So Hilkiah finds a book of the law, blah, blah, and they find out that, oh man, we should have been keeping this law, right? All this other stuff, right? Let's go to the next chapter, right? So this goes into his reforms, right? So he starts going through the book, and then they start to burn all these high places and these Baals and Ashtaroths and all this other stuff, right?
Right.
Keep going down, right? All the stuff he said, what's this mountain meant, blah, blah. Now look at verse 21, right? Watch this. And the king commanded all the people, keep the Passover to the Lord your God, as it is written in the book of this covenant. For no such Passover had been kept since the days of the judges who judged Israel, or during all the days of the kings of Israel, or of the kings of Judah. But in the 18th year of King Josiah, this Passover was kept to the Lord in Jerusalem, right?
Yes.
Now, it goes on to say, moreover, Josiah put away all the mediums, blah, blah, but there was no king like him, blah, blah, this, and that, right? So it says here, watch this. Still, the Lord did not turn away from the burning of his great wrath, by which his anger was kindled against Judah, because of all the provocations which Manasseh had provoked him. And the Lord said, I will remove Judah out of my sight, as I have removed Israel, and I will cast off this city that I have chosen, Jerusalem, and the house of which I said my name shall be there. Right? So Josiah dies in battle, etc., etc. Matter of fact, I think I went too far back. I'm sorry. Let me go.
It's
back.
okay. I'm not.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. This goes back to Hezekiah keeping the Passover, right? So let me see if I can go back to that, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on. Let me grab this real quick. Let me pull this right here. Let me do a search and oh, that's what I meant. I'm sorry. It's 2 Chronicles, chapter 35.
I knew we were gonna get there. I mean, Kings is important as well, but I knew we were gonna get there.
Yeah, you could have helped me if you knew I was looking.
It's okay. It's okay.
I just want to 2 Chronicles.
Because I mean, ultimately, if you do want to speed along, ultimately, my question is, because the two sticks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have to. Do you think the two sticks have to do with this? Because what would be, because ultimately, like, what would be the regathering for the Mashiach?
Ezekiel chapter 47.
Ezekiel chapter 37, you said, or 47? 47.
47. Yeah.
47.
Before I do that, let me just read this to you, because this is important. Okay.
No problem.
Let me see. Let me jump up here. Where? Let's see here. Okay. All right. Let's go to verse flood passing country yourselves, and so I contribute the people Passover offering, blah blah. Tonight also Tobias the Levites, when the service had been prepared, the priests Passover, and they roasted the lamb, did the offerings, the Levites, David. So all the services kept on that day. No Passover like had been done. None of the kings of Israel had kept it like he had. Man, this is not even the Passover I'm looking for.
I believe it's. Hold on.
Hold on. I got you. Hold on. No, this is in Chronicles now. This is what I wanted. Okay. I should have looked in the chat because, sometimes they get it before me. Second Chronicles chapter 30. It says Hezekiah, not Josiah, in regards to keeping the ecumenical Passover, right, after the exile. Okay. All right. So we're going to, let me see what chapter I want. I saw that verse 13. This is Second Chronicles 30, verse 13. This is it. And many people came together in Jerusalem to keep the feast of unleavened bread in the second month, a very great assembly. They set to work and removed the altars that were in Jerusalem, and all the altars for burning incense they took away and threw into the brook Kidron. And they slaughtered the Passover lamb on the 14th day of the second month. And the priests and the Levites were ashamed, so that they consecrated themselves and brought burnt offerings into the house of the Lord. You see where it says that they slaughtered the Passover lamb 14th day of the second month? This is not Aviv. This is the second month of Ziv that they're doing this. Okay. Why are they doing this? They're doing this because the lamb was unclean in the first month. And you cannot keep the Passover if you're unclean. Right. Yeah. Verse 16, they took their accustomed posts according to the law of Moses, the man of God. The priests threw the blood that they received from the land, from the hand of the Levites, for there were many in the assembly who had not consecrated themselves. Therefore, the Levites had to slaughter the Passover lamb for everyone who was not clean to consecrate it for the Lord. Watch this, verse 18. This is after the Assyrians took the northern tribes into captivity. For a majority of the people, you see that? Mm-hmm. For a majority of the people, many of them was from where? What does it say they're from, brother?
Well, if you scroll down a little bit, I can.
Oh, it's not showing?
No. I'm looking at. I can only see it on my TV now. I'm using my Xbox.
Oh, what verse do you see?
It's up to the plane of. Go ahead.
Oh, you know what? Oh, I'm not even showing it. My bad. Hold on.
Okay.
That's why you can't see it.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Hold on. I got you. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Second Chronicles chapter 30. All right. Read verse 18, brother. Let me know if you can see it. You should be able to see it now.
Not yet. I can read it on my phone if you like. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll read it. Right. For a majority of the people, many of them from Ephraim, Manasseh, Issachar, and Zebulun had not cleansed themselves, yet they ate the Passover otherwise than as prescribed. So out of the majority of the people were Ephraim, Manasseh, Issachar, and Zebulun. They're still in the land. Mm-hmm. Why are they still in the land if they were just taken into captivity to be dispersed amongst all nations and to fulfill that prophecy we read in Genesis 48? Yet they're still here in the land.
Right. I see what you're doing.
But I'm saying why? Why are they still in the land? Oh, I'm saying this if you had to think about it. Why are they still in the land?
I mean, I would equate it to just that. You know how Israel is. We're not always gonna follow every prophecy like to the T, and we are gonna try to like write ourselves into prophecy. That's just what I kind of what I see when I see like certain things like this, because I don't think it like takes away from the fact that Ephraim was kicked out, because it does say that that they weren't a people, and they're talking about the people in Shechem, mm-hmm. which is in Samaria. Okay. And so Ephraim was kicked out, correct?
Some of them were, but a lot of them stayed behind.
Right, but I mean like kicked out of as far as like the regrafting in process. So like meaning like if you don't believe that they're going to be regrafted in, who do you believe is going to be regrafted?
No. So they are going to be regrafted in,
right?
Ones who have been exiled, right?
Right.
But what I'm trying to show you is that all of them were not exiled.
Well, I know that. I knew that from the beginning. I knew that, but I was saying that like,
Okay, got it.
in the New Testament, like the Mashiach has to come back for the lost sheep.
Okay.
And Romans, it kind of is talking about the regrafting in process, and what I was told from just coming from the church was that anybody who's not an Israelite is going to be regrafted in with the Israelites, quote unquote, or what I thought.
That's what we call replacement theology, as you so eloquently explained, right?
Right.
So
like my ultimate question is like, what is your exegesis on that, as far as like what's the New Testament, the New Covenant, what does that actually mean?
Yeah, so it has to do with the regathering. Yeshua, Yahushua, Jesus says that he has another flock not of this fold, and that he has to regather that flock so that the two may become one fold, right? So that lost flock, that lost sheep, is to the house of Israel that has been scattered and who is unaware of the arrival of the Mashiach, right? So they sends his disciples to go and bring the gospel to those entities. And that's why they were in the land of Israel. After he died, he commissioned them to go into all nations so that they can continue to bring that gospel message to Israelites or Jews that were scattered, right? So I'm gonna jump over here so you can see. I'm going to Acts chapter 11. First of all, let's go to
Are we going into Cornelius?
No, I'm not gonna go to Cornelius. No, not yet. Let's go to Matthew chapter 28, right? In verse 18. And Jesus came and said to them, all authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Verse 19. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I have commanded you. And behold, I am with you always to the end of the age. He gave them the great commission, right? That you hear in church. And people think, oh, that means they're going out to the Gentiles to teach the gospel to the Gentiles, which you're saying in the New Testament is the northern tribes. And I'm saying all of them are not the northern tribes. Some of them are ethnic Gentiles outside of Israel, and some of them are some of the northern tribes that have been scattered. And not just northern tribes, there were southern tribesmen that were scattered as well.
Yeah, which I'm aware of. But what I'm saying is that so we do agree on that essentially then, right? Which is great. Okay.
So Acts chapter 11, watch this. What happens in Judea when they begin to get persecuted? They scatter, and who do they go to? Because remember, Jesus told them to go to all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, right? And he says, teaching them all that I have taught you to observe, right? So if they're supposed to go to Gentiles with that information, then how come they don't do that when they are scattered and they are exiled? So let's read, right? So Acts chapter 11, verse 19. Now those who were scattered because of the persecution that arose over Stephen traveled as far as Phoenicia and Cyprus and Antioch, speaking the word, you see that, to none except Jews. Wait, I thought Jesus told them to go into all nations, baptizing them and teaching them in the name of the Father. No, he said that. But yet when they were scattered, they went to only Jews. But there were some of them, men of Cyprus and Cyrene, who on coming to Antioch spoke to the Hellenists also, preaching the Lord Jesus. You see this word here, this word Hellenist here? Those are the Jews that speak Greek, right? Some of them were that says Greek-speaking non-Jews, but in some instances, they could also be Jews who were speaking Greek or who were cultured as Greeks, like you're saying, right?
Right.
So they went to Jews only, which we assume these are Torah-keeping Jews who knew the history, culture, and all of that. And then these are others, which is a mixture of non-Israelite Jews who are Greeks and or Jews who were Hellenized. Because we see the same word here where it says Hellenist. If we go to Acts chapter 5, right? Sorry, Acts chapter 6. If we go to Acts chapter 6, we see the same word here, right? Now, in these days, when the disciples were increasing in number, a complaint by the Hellenists arose against the Hebrews. Now look at this. Hit the footnote A, right? It says that is Greek speaking Jews. Same word. But when we get to Acts 11, there's a theological bias by a Christian translator who wants this to now say, oh no, these are not Hellenized Jews. These are non-Jews. See that? See that sleight of hand that happens here? That's why I said this is and the reason why they did that is because remember in Acts 6, they're still in Jerusalem. By Acts 11, they're out of Jerusalem and they're going as far as Phoenicia, Cyprus, and Antioch. Right? That's where they're going. And Cyprus and Cyrene, right, which is in the Isle and then in the Mediterranean Sea, right, who are coming to Antioch, spoke to the Hellenists, also preaching the Lord Jesus. And the hand of the Lord was with them, and a great number who believed turned to the Lord. So here in this case, when they were scattered, they were only going to Jews because that's what Jesus told them to do, go into nations so that they can now preach to the Jews in those nations. So now this is by the time we get to Paul and Paul's situation and his conversion and everything like that, right? Now, Paul is commissioned to those who are not circumcised. Now, the non-circumcised is a phrase or an idiom used to denote those who are not ethnic Jews. Doesn't matter what tribe you come from. If you're uncircumcised, it's typically referring to those who are non-Jews. We know that because those words also are in the Septuagint in the Greek, and it's always referring to non-ethnic Jews. For example, the Philistines were called uncircumcised. Same Greek word, called uncircumcised, referring to ethnic groups that were not from the lineage of Israel. And that's important because Paul tells you in the book of Galatians that he was sent to the uncircumcised. And Peter, James, and John were sent to the circumcised, but they gave him the right hand of fellowship. He's not going to Jews. How do we know that? Look at Acts chapter 21, right? Let me show you this, right? Acts chapter 21 makes this very clear, right? Very succinct, very clear, right? And it says, as we jump down to verse 17, when we had come to Jerusalem, the brothers received us gladly. On the following day, Paul went in with us to James, and all the elders were present. After greeting them, he related one by one the things that God had done amongst the Gentiles through his ministry. Now, listen to this, right? And when they heard it, they glorified God, and they said to him, you see, brother, how many thousands there are among the Jews of those who have believed. They are all zealous for the law, and they have been told about you that you teach all the Jews who are amongst the Gentiles to forsake Moses. Now,
so right, are you saying that right here? Are you saying that these are a different set of Gentiles?
No, I'm asking. I'm about to ask you, who are these Gentiles that they're talking about?
I mean, if you're saying Jews amongst the Gentiles, that would be a different. You're probably talking about like either like the strangers or some type of whatever nation that dwelled with Israel, right? So like, I mean, that's kind of like what my ultimate question is. So you're saying that there's, because of like the strangers or the other nations, essentially, they can become quote unquote Jews, essentially.
At this time, there were conversions that occur, right?
Right.
Are conversions sanctioned by Torah by means of circumcision and going through a bunch of rites that you get in like modern day Judaism? No, that's not sanctioned in the written Torah.
But you're saying like those are not like anybody from the 12 tribes who just didn't know who they were. You're saying those
right.
are
so if Paul, yeah, so it says, and they have been told about you that you teach all the Jews. Now, when it says all the Jews, is this referring to the northern tribes or just the southern tribes? From your perspective,
I would say all. I mean, everybody at this point.
Okay, so all the tribes, okay, who are among the Gentiles. So who's the Gentiles here then?
So like that's what I'm saying. So like it's and are you saying like in the New Testament that there's two sets of Gentiles, that there's one referring to the northern kingdom and that there's one referring to like strangers or other nations? Because
but I would say the majority of them are other.
You're saying
not,
okay. You're saying,
so because of passages like this. So
right.
So let me ask you a question. So if Paul is traveling in the regions he was going, and he was encountering northern tribe Israelites,
Right.
would he tell them not to be circumcised?
Well, I would say that the burden of being circumcised to anybody who's hasn't gone through that process as a baby would be kind of a lot, especially if you're. Just coming from my example. I mean, I spent over 20 years like in the Christian church and that mindset, and then to get thrown into the knowledge, you're just like, okay, this is a lot. If somebody told me I had to be circumcised, I'm glad I was. But I mean, like that wouldn't that be a lot?
Yeah, of course that would be a lot. I'm saying, but we see that in Joshua chapter 6.
Yeah,
the Israelites could not go into the land and do anything because that generation was not circumcised. These are grown men over the age of 20 who had to circumcise themselves with flint rocks.
Yeah, no.
You know how rugged a flint rock is? Imagine cutting off your foreskin with a rugged flint rock.
Brother, we're not even going to
and then wait, and then only having a few days to heal and then go into battle and have to go fight somebody.
But Divine, here's my like thing. Like when I'm reading and I'm trying to really piece things together.
Sure.
Like the Mashiach has to come back and save his people, right? Like it says in Revelation.
Yeah, he has to come and save his people. Yeah, that's also in the Tanakh too.
Right.
And
we have tribes that were like the tribe of Dan, and from my understanding was kicked out. Right.
Yeah, I did a whole lecture on that.
Right.
So go back and check that out if you didn't see it yet. And I kind of explained what happened to Dan. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so if Dan was kicked out, it means that the Most High, just from my estimation, that he has a specific order, and that the Mashiach has to come back and save like a specific people. It doesn't. It seems like if anybody can be a quote unquote Gentile, that means that anybody could just be like, oh, Israel, oh, you're an Israelite, oh, great, God's coming back to save you, and I could just kind of tag along. That's just kind of how I see it.
Yeah, and that's exactly what's going to happen. The God of Israel is not coming to save any other nation but the nation of Israel. That's the only nation he's coming to save. That's the only nation he's the God of. He's not the God of any other nation. Now he has opened his arms out to other nations, like we see in Isaiah chapter 19, such as the Egyptians and the Syrians.
Okay, I know I'm cutting you off because I'm like because the Caucasian. Here's why I have a problem with a little bit of that, because the Caucasian Jews, right, which the Most High refers to in Revelation.
Chapter 2, verse 9 is the synagogue of Satan. You're gonna say?
Well, not the synagogue of Satan. Just that says that they are Jews, and like because we don't call ourselves Jews. Like my whole family, they don't. Every time I bring up the fact that we're children of Israel, they think I'm crazy, but they do. Like the Caucasian Jews, like you see what they did to Kyrie. Like they call themselves that. So for me, I'm like, wouldn't that match up with them, not us?
With the Caucasian Jews?
I mean, yeah, like the ones that reside in Israel, the ones that, I mean, the ones that call themselves.
Yeah, those Jews don't see themselves as Caucasian, but we call them. Right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I have to make a distinction. I have to make a distinction.
You cool. So
like
what I'm saying is
Ashkenazi, like the Sephardim.
Yeah. I got you. Right. So I'm gonna say this, right? So the reason why I'm saying this is very important, right? If you probably don't know my position, that's probably why you're asking to kind of see what it is. But my position is this, right? Gentiles, as we see in the New Testament, for the most part refers to non-Jews, okay? And we see passages like this that delineate that. When I ask you who are all the Jews, you say that that's all the tribes, and then I say who are the Gentiles? And then you say, oh, well, and I'm like, okay, so no problem, right?
Well, because I mean, I'm honestly, I'm genuinely confused on that, to be honest. I'm only can go off what I know.
Yeah, it's cool. So the Gentiles that we see, because they're mostly foreigners, right? There are some Jews mixed in there with them, or all of them northern tribes. Maybe there are southern tribes that were lost. we have accounts of that, right? They were exiled, all of them didn't come back. Matter of fact, some of them stayed back in Babylon when Jeremiah was telling them that they have to go back into the land, and that there was a beckoning call for them, for the prophets after the post-exilic period, for them to come back into the land, but they were growing too fat, and they did not want to return. So some of them stayed in Babylon, but some of them were scattered in other places as well, not just Babylon, right? Some went to Egypt, that we see during Jeremiah's time, and the Most High told them not to go to Egypt, and they tried to go to Egypt anyway. So they were scattered all over the place, right? So here, in regards to salvation, which I think is the premise that you're getting at, right?
Right, of course.
Gentiles will be saved. Will a Gentile nation be saved? Of course not. Will individuals from a Gentile nation who cleave unto Israel receive salvation, where they're not going to suffer the upcoming wrath that's going to happen to their nation? Yes, because those Gentiles inside the kingdom will be serving Israel.
Right.
They can't serve Israel
Right.
if they're not cleaved unto Israel.
And
Because
so
then you got to ask, what does the selection process look like?
Yeah, well, yeah, like how does that even work for them?
Yeah.
Like what is
So
that?
if all the Gentiles are outside the kingdom, they can't be doing nothing for anybody inside the kingdom. So how do those Gentiles who's gonna tend our sheep, who's gonna dress our vineyard, who's gonna bow low to us and bring gifts, who's gonna be our servants and handmaids, right? The text says this, right? These servants are gonna do that. They're all gonna be operating according to Torah law, right? Which means we cannot abuse them, we cannot assault them. The text says, treat them as a native born, because you was a sojourner in the land of Egypt. The text tells us to treat those strangers as a native born. So I'm gonna show you, not only will those Gentiles that cleave unto us, right? Where the text says that every person will cling on to the skirt of a Jew, and they will say, take us to your God, teach us about your God. And in Micah chapter 4, we see them going up, the peoples, going up to the Mount Zion and seeking after the law, wanting to know what the law is. And it says that each man will still walk according to the name of their God. Right? So we see these things happening in Zechariah chapter 14, where the people's going to come and they're going to be forced to keep tabernacles. Right. If they don't keep tabernacles, they're going to suffer the plague that's been brought upon Egypt. So the key thing is Gentiles will be inside the kingdom and outside the kingdom. Let me show you the Gentiles in the kingdom who are also going to possess land with the Israelites. Now watch this. I'm gonna close it off on this, and then we can pick this up another time, because it is extremely late, and I want to apologize. No, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. I just had to expound on something previously. But let's go to Ezekiel chapter 47. I want to show you this, and then I'm gonna let you close out. I'm gonna close out, and then I'm gonna close out the show. Right. So I'm gonna give it to you. Go to Ezekiel chapter 47, and I want to show you something. All right. Ezekiel chapter 47. Let me jump to it. And let's go to verse. Let's jump all the way down, and let's go to verse 13. Okay. And I'll read, right? Follow me. Thus says the Lord God, this is the boundary by which you shall divide the land for inheritance amongst the 12 tribes of Israel. You see that, brother?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The next clause says, Joseph shall have 2 portions. You got that so far as well, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And you shall divide equally what I swore to give to your fathers. This land shall fall to you as your inheritance. Now we're going to jump down to verse 21, right? Because he lays out what that looks like. Then he says, so you shall divide this land among you according to the tribes of Israel, right? Watch verse 22. You shall allot it as an inheritance for yourselves and for the sojourners who reside among you and have had children among you. They shall be to you as native born children of Israel. With you, they shall be allotted an inheritance among the tribes of Israel. And whatever tribe the sojourner resides, there you shall assign him his inheritance, declares the Lord God. Who are these sojourners?
I don't know who they are exactly, but they would have to just be anybody that's not an Israelite of the 12 tribes.
how do they get territory? How do they get an inheritance?
Just similar to like how the son in Leviticus 24:10, right? Right?
His father was an Egyptian, his mother was an Israelitish.
Right.
So that's why he would get property. Well, so
Right.
you're giving an example. Now this is Ezekiel 47 now. So we're not in Leviticus, but we're in Ezekiel.
I'm only using that just because I'm just saying that like
As an example. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
So half breeds. Are you talking about half breeds?
Yes, this is like my ultimate thing. Like we'll get to it later. I do want to talk about that.
Wait. So let's do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any law that speaks about a woman getting property outside of her husband?
Are you referring to that in Leviticus? I believe so. I believe it could be through like her brother or uncle.
So if that's the case, right, then where would that woman settle at?
Well, she would have to sojourn in the land, right?
Would she be considered an ethnic Israelite?
Yes, according to law.
Okay, so she wouldn't be a sojourner then.
No, well, her not technically, no. But I would say the sojourners are just the people they're just like the people that cleaved when the Israelites
wait. So we on the same page?
Yeah, essentially.
These are the people that cleave unto Israel,
right?
And desire to come in the covenant, like we see in Deuteronomy chapter 29. Let me get that real quick, because this is important that we see this. So Deuteronomy chapter 29, starting at verse 10, right? Deuteronomy 29, starting at verse 10, it says, "You are standing today, all of you, before the Lord your God, the heads of your tribes, your elders, your officers, all the men of Israel." Right? That's done. That's all the men of Israel. Now let's keep going. Your little ones, your wives, and the who? Sojourner who is in your camp. From the one who chops your wood to the one who draws your water. You see what they're doing for Israel?
Right.
I'm living amongst them, how they're serving Israel, but they're not ethnic Israels or northern tribes. This is not talking about they haven't been scattered yet, right?
Yes,
so watch this, verse 12. So that you may enter into the sworn covenant of the Lord your God, which the Lord your God is making with you today, that he may establish you as his people, and that he may be your God as he had promised you, and as he swore to your fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and Jacob. It is not with you alone that I'm making the sworn covenant, but with whoever. See that? See that? Whoever is standing here with us today, before the Lord our God, and with whoever is not here with us today. So the whoever is inclusive of these sojourners. So he's not just making this covenant alone with just the ethnic Israelites, but also all the sojourners that are amongst them at this time. So not only are these sojourners who cleave unto Israel, right, going to be able to enter into covenant, be able to, in Exodus 12, the ones who are permanent residents, be able to be circumcised and partake in Passover. Not only is the text saying to treat them as a native born Israelite, the text is also saying that they can enter into the covenant. And the text also says in Ezekiel 47 in the future that they will be allotted land when the land is given back to the Israelites. These are the Gentiles who are cleaving to the Jews or the Israelites from out of their lands, their people, and their nations. When Yah comes back, those cleaving Gentiles will be the ones in the kingdom serving Israel, and the ones who did not cleave are the ones that's going to face the wrath and that they will face destruction. Now, before they face destruction, they're going to lose in battle against the return of Yah, and they will be subdued and ruled with the rod of iron. They're going to come about with one more rebellion, as you see in the book of Exodus chapter 20. And when that happens, they're going to be destroyed by fire. You understand? And then when the earth was renovated by fire, because it can't be renovated by water anymore, then a judgment is going to occur. And when that is finished, then the renovated earth by fire will be enjoined with a new earth, a new heaven coming down into earth. And there you'll have the 12 tribes of Israel that will be residing on the earth, because earth was made for man in the book of Psalms. There are going to be 12 gates that the Israelites are going to go into. So the question is, well, in order for you to get to that new Jerusalem, y'all Gentiles got to go through some gate. Your sojourners, what gate y'all going to go through? Whoever tribe you cleave unto. That's the gate that they will be entering to, because their inheritance is going to be along with the 12 tribes of Israel. And if the 12 tribes of Israel has to go through those gates in order to settle in that New Jerusalem, guess where those sojourners are going to be at? In the same place along with them. Now, again, this will take more time to unpack piece by piece. I'm just trying to give you a few scriptures and to kind of give you my summary. And then in the future, if we have a conversation with this again, I'll be more than happy to go into more detail. Just get a
Absolutely.
couple more specific questions and we can dive a little further, my brother. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to let you close off. I'm going to give you the floor. You got a few minutes to close out with whatever thought that you have or whatever the case may be. The floor is yours, my brother.
Okay. First of all, I just want to thank you so much for all the information. You break the stuff down very thoroughly. For me, I'm just trying to, like I said, I'm just trying to just study y'all's word and piece everything together. The Gentiles thing, that's pretty much my estimation from it. That's pretty much what I got. Like, you pretty much summed it up better than I could. So that's what I got. That I guess their salvation is through us, kind of like the woman. It says like the woman is saved through the man, and the man is, through the Mashiach. So I kind of see it like that. Now, as far as like, I do have some more questions, but I mean, I think a later time would be better suited for it because they are a little long. But right now, I think you just gave me enough to go from there, and I think that's good enough. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, brother. And just so you know, I'm not here to convince you, to persuade you, to convert you. I'm just simply here to have a conversation, share some scriptures, give you my perspective. And at the end of the day, this walk is between you and Yah. It's not my responsibility, right? So you eat the meat, spit out the bones, whatever is going to edify you along this path, that is what you keep that sticks with you. Whatever is going to convict you to walk forward, all the strength is to you. Now, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you, my brother?
27.
Nice. Okay. I wish I was still 27, man. I was in Christianity when I was 27. So all praise to the Most High that you in the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I just want you to be diligent in your walk. Do not be easily persuaded by whatever people say. Go back and double check everything for yourself. Always ask for points of reference, scripture, etc., so that you can edify yourself. You can continue to grow and be mature. And in this walk, I pray that Yah will continue to surround you with other brothers and sisters who are on the same path, with the same mindset, so you will never feel alone. But sometimes if you come out of Christianity and you're the only person that identifies as an Israelite, it's going to feel awkward. You know, you may not feel you may have anybody, especially your peers around your age. But there's a lot of us out there, I'm telling you, right? And if you haven't met some already, which I think you have, you'll meet even more if you continue to hang out with this channel, right? Good level-headed people that are willing to go back and forth with you, sharpen your sword, look out for you, make sure you're good, because they do it to me all the time. And you will have a place amongst the social economy of Israel, right? And we all need that in this last thing in time, because it's the world against us at this point, right?
You're right about that. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
Anytime, King. Much love to you. We're going to stay in touch again. And how do you say your name again? I don't make sure I don't butcher it.
Jariah.
Jariah. Okay, Jariah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for your time, my brother. Like I said, you feel free to hop on again in the future, and let's build.
Let's build. Thank you, man. Have a
All
good
right,
night.
Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, good brother right there. Good brother right there. I'm going to drop off. Sorry, Psalms. I know you in UK, so I know your time is like much different than where I'm at right now. It's probably 9 o'clock right there now. So I did mention in the beginning of the video what's been going on with me, so you can go back and rewind it and take a watch at it and see for yourself. We are coming upon 3 hours and 30 minutes. The Black Yoshi Game Channel, I'm going to close the session now. I apologize simply because it is late. I am extremely sleepy and exhausted, and I know that I had to go on a tirade earlier in order to correct some tomfoolery that needed to be addressed, and it's been thoroughly addressed and taken care of. But my brother, please keep your notification bell on. Follow this channel. The next time we go live, I promise I will give you an opportunity to chat with me. Please, I don't know your time zone. I don't know your schedule. Email me, kingdomharbinger@gmail.com, your availability and on what dates. And the next time I go live, I'll schedule it around that time and we can chat. All right. You have my word, and everybody's here to keep me accountable to it. Okay. All right. So let me close out, shout out to Jay Stalt. Anybody I missed? Brandon Blackwell, Shalom. Let me see who else is new. My brother Seth in the building. Shalom. Oh, of course you're not gonna let me live that down, Seth. All right. And Seth is all the way in Johannesburg, South Africa, man. All right, brother. I will address that. You got me. I will address that. Shout out to Damian Logan. Seems to have an issue with what I said. Would that justify the self-hating ones for our own people to be with heathens? Well, that's not an encouragement to do that. And I don't see an allowance to encourage that or suggestive to encourage that. So no, I don't agree with that. But yes, like you said, the Black Yoshi Game channel says Yah is a dragon. Is Yah a dragon? And as we have a conversation, I'll tell you where the provenance of that idea comes from. So you can see what he's talking about, because you're probably not familiar with that. And that's okay. Let me see, anybody else I'm missing? My brother Deror Yahoo, thank you so much, brother, for your participation. I appreciate that. And I think that's everybody. So before we close out, if you want to shout out before we hit 3 hours and 30 minutes, hit that one button, hit that one. While you're doing that, make sure you hit the thumbs up. If you're unsubscribed, hit the subscribe button. If you're subscribed and don't have the bell notifications on, put it on. Yes, we're being shadow banned, you know. However, the more we participate on this channel, the more people we have in the chat, the more people viewing, the more thumbs up we get, the more shares, the more likes, the more the algorithm has no choice but to put us to the top of the charts, right? And give us the maximum amount of visibility so we can get this truth to as many people as possible, all right? So hit one. If you definitely want to shout out, hit one. And let me give you this final shout out before I close out. I love and appreciate all of y'all. Thank you for all the support. I didn't even tell you guys how you can support this channel. You can support this channel by signing up for our Patreon, www.patreon.com/DivineProspect. That's the best way you can support this channel, because there is over 900 plus posts on Patreon with a wealth of information on a plethora of different things. So if you really want to support this channel and get something immediately in return, the Patreon is the best way to get it, right? There's other means. You can do Cash App, which is $DivineProspect, or you can do PayPal as well if you want. All of that information is in the chat below. There's also a link. You can donate directly to the ministry as well. There's a link for Square. Just put your card information in it and you hit OK, and then it will send a donation via Square to our ministry. So there's plenty of ways that you can support. We also offer programs and services and products. We have our magazine out. We have our casting lots. We have our Silver Scrolls chain pendant. We have what else we have? We have our magazine. We have our calendar. We have our mixtapes. We have T-shirts. We have all of that. We have programs like Naturopathic Eden, which is a naturopathic health consultation program. We have Jubilee May Mission, which is a debt elimination and financial planning program. And we offer plenty more services like religious exemption letters for your employer or for your university, right? If you don't want to get COVID or if you want to get any flu vaccinations. And we also offer religious accommodation letters for beards, fringes, head wraps, dresses, wearing to work. So you can maintain your customs and culture without your rights being infringed upon while you're at work. We do offer those services as well. And a plethora of other things. Just email us at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com if you want a listing of all the programs, products, and services that we offer. And there's anything that we can do to serve and assist you in exchange for your support of this ministry. Also send those requests to kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. Give me and my staff some time. We're short staff now because a lot of our staff is in different places of the world. So we short staff and it takes some time to respond to emails. And me, as you know, I'm MIA for most of the week. And I can only get to what I can get to when I can. So please be patient with us over the next week or two until my time is freed up and I can get the gang back in order, right? But in interim, we will do what we can to keep up with you guys, to respond to you guys. It's okay to send repeated messages, whether it's on social media, whether it's via text, that number is in the description below, or whether it's on this channel in the comment section or whatever, if we missed you, or you can email us again, right? Remind us, it's okay, right? I'm okay with that. And like I said, if you can, please download the content that's on this channel and put it somewhere, right? Whether keep it privately or put it out in social media world or whatever. Please distribute the content on this channel everywhere that you can, because I'm telling you guys, one day they're going to take down this channel. They threatened me twice already to suspend my channel twice. After demonetization, they threatened to suspend me, and then they threatened again, and I had to remove over 20 videos from the channel. And it goes to, it's going to seem like they're going to keep asking me for more and more and more videos. So I have no videos left until I refuse and they suspend my account, right? So thank you guys for the alternative suggestions that you gave as well. I'm going to look into that as well. And again, much love to you guys. Thank you all for your support. I look forward to seeing you in the next live stream. Please pray for my strength because this job is tiring on top of all the other responsibilities that I have to partake. I pray that you enjoyed this session. If so, please share it with your family, friends, associates, co-workers, etc., so they can be more knowledgeable of the truth. Please, if you hear anybody said the Bible supports rape, which is ridiculous, please take this video and show it to them, right? It means a big deal that they see and know the truth. Those who are interested to know what Israelite wedding customs look like, we did give you a glimpse of that on this channel as well via my own personal highlight reel. And also we did address some quick questions, and we did have a conversation with the brother Jeriah in regards to the New Testament, Northern tribes, Gentiles, etc. Right? So hopefully this was fulfilling, this was edifying. You have over 3.5 hours of content to last you to the next time I go live. All right. And I look forward to seeing you guys again, man. I love you guys. You brighten my evening. Every time I see you guys, we chat and we interact. And again, I'm here for you if you need anything. Let me know what you need. I'm praying for you all. And I'll see you again when it's time. All right. And brother Shaul Yisrael, if you sent the email to us, great. If not, send one to us. We'll respond that way. We don't have time to bring you on right now. And I apologize for that, but we'll see what we can do to assist you. Okay. All right, family. Much love. Thank you for watching. Peace. And you know what we say. Shalom. Shalom.